This will be the first time we play Higurashi since we've played Silent Hill F.
That's facts.
That's awesome.
Which, if you haven't watched us play Silent Hill F and you haven't played it yourself, go play it yourself. You should do that on your own time first.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then...
I won't spoil Silent Hill F while we're here, but I feel like now that we've played like a more short form Ryukishi thing, I understand his writing as a whole now.
Yes.
It has been a while since we did chapter 6 though.
It has.
So perhaps
What do you remember?
What do I remember?
Yes.
All right, let's go over here. What do we remember, chat, about chapter 6? What do we remember? I'll talk about what I remember. It was a Rena chapter, right? It was a Rena chapter. And we learned about Rena's, like, history with, like, her family. And, her mom and dad were divorced. And she lived with her dad. And, so they moved away from Hinamizawa when she was younger and moved to the city, right? I don't remember. Shishibone, I think.
Yes.
And while like that was happening, it was like after the divorce and stuff. Rena was pretty depressed and she also thought she had bugs in her. Yeah, Cal has a new PNG because he has his persona got an update.
Yeah. The old design was the shit that I was rocking since like literally the second I turned 18.
Yeah.
I turned 18 and I commissioned Spoonie for a persona.
Yeah. And I couldn't draw back then. No, I could draw.
You could draw. You were a good artist.
I could draw. But looking back at that old ref sheet, I'm like, bro, I could do way better than this. Anyway.
I mean, that's what you hope for, right? That you've advanced in, like, what, 10 years? Ish?
That's a long time. We have known a long time.
Roughly.
What the hell? It's like 8 years.
That's closer to 10 than it is 5.
Yeah, it was like 2018. Anyway.
I thought you were gonna say it was like 20 years.
It's been 20 years! Anyway,
We're old furries now.
So, Rena thought bugs were in her. Yes. So, she basically was like, just thought she was full of maggots. It was really gross. And so was resorting to, like, self-harm, basically, to get them all out. And so went to therapy, was diagnosed with something that I don't remember. Quite remember, and they deduced that they should probably go back to Hinamizawa because it was so stressful for her that she ended up going back to to Hinamizawa to stop the bugs, stop the mental illness. I'm trying to remember the sequence of events because it was wild. Did she learn from what was her name? Takano? About the what was it? It was Hinamizawa, like, sickness or something?
Yes, Hinamizawa syndrome.
Hinamizawa syndrome. Where people in Hinamizawa had a, like, parasite in them that was fine when they were in Hinamizawa, but when they left, like, they would get sick, and people were calling it the Oyashiro-sama's curse. But what it really was a parasite no longer in its environment that it can thrive in, so it was freaking out. Which is very plausible. A very plausible kind of theory, which was awesome. But Rena started going fucking insane about this. She was like, no, you gotta listen. You gotta listen. And, like, Keiichi was even convinced. And she was like, Dusk, return to Higurashi. Wow. Thank you for the resub. I appreciate it.
Wow.
So, I'm sorry, Dusk, I'm, like, spoiling Higurashi here, but you're in chapter 7 right now. I don't think you mind. So, Rena finds all this out. Tells Keiichi they gotta go to the medical center, and basically her theory is that they are trying to make a parasite, genetically like engineer a parasite to basically give everybody like Yashiro-sama's curse, Hinamizawa syndrome. Was that it? Like, it was like, yeah. So nobody can leave. And so people, like, the belief in Oyashiro-sama could be maintained. So that was her whole crazy theory. Keiichi bought into it. And then I think did he talk to Mion about it? And Mion was like, bro, Takano's fucking crazy. And she also believes like aliens came to Hinamizawa and implanted parasites in people, so don't believe any of that shit. And
the conclusion that Mion kind of came to was that Takano is like splattershotting theories in the hopes that she will monkey in a typewriter her way to being right.
Yes. Absolutely. So Keiichi is like, God, I can't believe Rena was so fucking convincing that I believed her. And it switches between Keiichi's perspective and Rena's perspective. And Rena is like constantly going crazier and becoming more paranoid. And they're just like, we'll see from Keiichi's perspective, things are completely normal and rational. And then you go to Rena and it's like, no, she is jumping to the craziest possible conclusion. And then Keiichi goes to Rena and is like, you're crazy. Basically, this needs to stop. And Rena's like, no, you don't understand. The aliens implanted parasites into people. And Keiichi's like, Rena, calm down. Also, Rena killed her her dad's girlfriend. I forgot about that.
Which, to be fair, she was kind of in the right about. But
yes, she was.
The conclusion that I think the story was going to come to was that should not be a responsibility that ever falls to a child.
No. Rena's dad was dating a scam artist, basically, that was trying to, like, scam him into, like, getting all his money. So she was, like, first of all, just using all his money. And then was going to fake being pregnant or something, and then like what's his face was gonna Tepe was gonna show up and be like, "Oh, you owe me money," and that was their whole plan. Yeah, yeah. And so Rena ends up running into her at her little dump site and killing her because out of self-defense, basically. And then burying her body, and then her she also kills Tepe. So she ends up killing 2 people. Did she kill more people? Am I remembering?
No,
just two. So she ends up killing him too, luring him out and killing him too, because
not for lack of trying, mind you.
Yeah. And while she is meticulously like burying all the different parts of the bodies, her friends go to the dump site, find her doing that, and are like, all right. And are like,
this is how Ren Ryugu tried her best, and all her friends are like, Rena!
Rena, you killed 2 people. Chill out a little bit. Oh my god. So yeah, that also happened, and now Rena is crazy. She kind of disappears for a little bit, and then she holds the entire school hostage.
Awesome fucking sequence. Best sequence in the game.
Really awesome. She holds the entire school hostage, and okay, before we get into that, while she was at the dump site, was she just waiting for like the parasites to make her claw her throat out? Was that it? And
she was hiding.
She was hiding
because she thought that the police were after her, which they were, but not in the way that she thought.
Okay, that was it. Thank you, JM, for the resub. Welcome in. So she's hiding, and then who comes up? But also Theo. Thank you for the resub.
Theo with the original joke. Woo!
Yeah, Theo. Nah, we love the he goes on Higurashi. So who shows up?
We're just playing.
But no, we love the. I was watching. Okay, little tangent. I was watching really old VODs, like back when, like before I even used a PNG tuber, and Theo was in the fucking chat, and I was like, damn, Theo's been around for a fucking while.
Awesome.
So Rika shows up with a syringe, and Rena is like, oh my god, she's going to inject me with the parasite, basically. But Rika is acting. What?
The bugs!
The bugs!
The voices!
But Rika is acting really different. She is basically a completely different person. And does she, like, straight up say that she is, like, an ancient being or something? And
something to that effect.
Something to that effect. And Rena's like, oh my god, this is not Rika. I don't remember how that scene, like, concludes.
Basically, Rika says, if you take this, it will make everything better. And Rena's like, no, the fuck it won't. And
no.
Rika's like, bet.
No.
I'll see you next time.
See you next time. And so she just leaves. But then, like, Rena starts clawing at her throat anyway because, like, she's paranoid. So then later, a few days go by, and then Rena shows up at school, holds everybody hostage, and basically is like telling the police, like, you need to raid the was it the Sonozaki residence? Or was it the hospital thing? The clinic? You need to find, like, you need to raid this certain area and find the antidote, or I'm killing everyone, basically.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Good morning, Esther.
Hello, Esther.
Esther,
Hello.
thank you so much for all your kind walls of text comments. We love them. Thank you.
We love your walls of text. They make me happy.
Yay. I don't know if you're caught up.
They make me go grin.
But if you're caught up, welcome. So yeah, that all happened. And that concluded with Rena and Keiichi getting in a sword fight, and I think they just wore each other out, and then Rena eventually, like, turned around and wasn't crazy anymore, and Keiichi was like, yay, we stopped a tragedy. So and then we found out, I think a few months went by, and then the toxic gas eruption thing happened, and everybody died anyway.
Here's my tangent. Hi, Cal Corner.
Corner.
I think the reason why the school hostage scene works as well as it does is because it is a moment of extreme, frightening, tense realism in a story surrounded by supernatural mystery. Like, you are yanked out of this, like, reverie that the other episodes have put you in, of like, oh, well, I can separate myself from this somewhat because I know that, like, deific kami are not real. But in that school, in that moment, there is a terrorist.
Yeah.
And she wants to hurt young people.
Yeah.
And you don't want to hurt her because you know she's not doing this out of malicious intent. She's doing it because she's having a mental break.
Yeah.
And that's very real. And it's very scary, and there's no good solution.
It's awesome. It's done awesome. Very well.
It's really, really cool.
It's really well done and very terrifying. Hello, Leyland. I didn't see your comment. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. If you are joining in the middle of this, still welcome. You are going to be lost. I'm sorry. But if this inspires you to catch up, good luck. There's several hours of VODs to catch up on. So, but shall we begin?
I would love to begin.
Let's
I've been
go.
Sitting on this episode for actual real years.
Good. Minagoroshi. You want to read that?
The final truth. Massacre Chapter. This story introduces the unit inside and out, using all the actors. This is no longer a story, it's a public autopsy for all to join. As they say, after loving someone, cut open their belly and eat their organs. It's the same with stories. The difficulty is quite mild, well suited for those with pride.
Who's saying that?
Good question.
As they say, cut open your loved ones and eat their organs. Okay, Ryukishi.
That's
Thanks.
my favorite phrase.
That's my favorite Chinese proverb. Is this you?
I'll narrate.
All right.
What are you doing? I don't see you playing by yourself that often. All you could do before was to nod to my questions. I have a request.
Yeah?
Can you make your computer chair disappear? Or is it like attached to you?
No, I could do that.
Because it's in front of the words.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, I changed the overlay just slightly. So there's some things I still haven't
Yeah, no, it's fine.
done. Yeah.
Since when do you have your own will? I'm glad. I finally have a sister or a brother.
Also, chat, let us know if the volume is weird, if the music's too quiet or too loud or anything.
Or if you're too loud.
Yeah. I'm floating ominously in the stream void, chairless.
Whichever you are. I used to be an existence of nothingness, just like you. One day I began to have my own identity, my own thoughts, and eventually my own body. So, it's not a surprise to see you in possession of your own will. Welcome to this vast, yet tiny world, my sister. You might be my brother, but let me call you my sister until I know for sure. This is an endless, eternal, infinite world. But that doesn't mean it's boundlessly vast. I suppose you could describe it like a ring with a small diameter.
You know, I realized I didn't say I was live on Blue Sky. Fuck. Alright. Fuck! Give me 1 second. I'm sorry to interrupt, like, the beautiful...
Fuck! It's all fucking over!
It's all over, chat! Nobody knows I'm live!
Fuck!
Oh my god. Why is it so funny? Okay. Now I have the little live ring around me, so now people will know.
You could describe it like a live ring with a small diameter. While the live ring is an eternal, endlessly looping world. It's so Minigarova. I like that, Esther. That doesn't mean it contains infinite space. Yes, in short, this world is eternally sealed. The future is supposed to be an infinite weave of countless choices. Yet for whatever reason, our world always ends in death. If I were to compare it to something, perhaps a maze of fate would be appropriate. Looping through the same moments forever steadily grows harder and more dejecting, eventually producing something like me. Then, as that draws further on, even one like you is born. And eventually this world may be filled with your sisters too. After that, we'll build a colony inside of it. And once we lose our interest in this maze, Rika Furude will disappear from this world. It looks like you still cling to this narrow world, Rika. Though I lost interest long ago. Which is why I'm truly glad you were born for me to talk to. So what are you doing? Are you collecting fragments of memory? There's only 5 or 6 of them right now. It must still be fun for you, though. There used to be more fragments long ago, but one by one they've disappeared into the darkness. Now these are the only ones that remain clear. Oh, that's not how you're supposed to use it? See? Try and hold it up to the light. All of that is the life of Rika Furude and its end. That one is. Oh, haha, I remember that one. That's the world when Keiichi was cursed. Those fragments are like books to me, so I titled that one the Onekakushi chapter.
Is that the first one?
Yes. Do you remember what happened in that one? Good. Is an alarm going off, or is that in the game?
I think it's in the game.
That makes things easier.
Hang on. Yeah, it's coming through my headphones.
Okay, cool. So long as like your house is on fire.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's just faint enough that I could believe that like it's like an alarm going off somewhere nearby.
Yeah. I would have been like, oh.
In Onikakushi, Keiichi Mayabara was consumed by the darkness.
He didn't look like that though.
He couldn't accept the kind words his friends offered him and eventually beat them to death, not knowing their kindness. We were all killed after that anyway. That had nothing to do with his story, though. That fragment is the Watanagashi chapter. Shion Sonozaki was cursed in that one. She killed many people out of revenge for her boyfriend's disappearance, as he went missing in 1982. Rika worked so hard, but she was captured at the end and she was tortured to death. That's why she chose to commit suicide in the Mayakashi chapter, because things were going to turn out the same way. That fragment over there is called the Tatagoroshi chapter. Satoko's uncle came back and locked her up inside her house. That was the worst world of all.
I agree.
There was nothing Rika was able to do in that world. Whenever Satoko's uncle comes back, Rika usually just gives up on that world. Fortunately, Satoko's uncle doesn't come back that frequently. That one is called the Sumihoroboshi chapter. Rika was there until just a moment ago. Ren Ryugu was possessed in that world.
Possessed, not cursed.
It was pretty exciting to see her take over the whole school.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
It surprised me to learn that Keiichi Mayabara had memory of the other worlds just like we do. It was pretty amazing. But then again, most of us have some kind of memory like that. We all have an imaginary world within us. Some idea of what would have happened if you did things differently. It's like the strange feeling you get when you do something for the first time, but it feels like you've done it before. Everyone has a memory of an imaginary world in their mind, but the memory is not always that clear. It's not surprising, really. You're special enough to be able to see those fragments of memory. It's probably very difficult for you to understand how special you really are. You were born into a world where it's a natural thing for you to see these fragments. I was originally born in the normal world. I didn't know until recently that I could collect these fragments of memory. You grabbed those fragments just because you could, but I didn't know how to do that for a long time.
You know what this reminds me of is Slay the Princess. Whenever you'd go to
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
I do. I 100% do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you're not interested in hearing my story. Huh? What's wrong? What are you curious about? Oh? You're curious as to why so many different incidents occur in the same world? It's very interesting, isn't it? Why do you think that's the case? Let's think about it together. Thinking is the first step towards playing a game. The main character among Rika's group of friends is Keiichi Mayabara. In Onikakushi, he was possessed by suspicion and killed Ren Ryugu and Mion Sonozaki. If that was an inevitable event, he would be killing them in every world. In other words, what Keiichi Mayabara did in Onikakushi was not inevitable. Indeed. The only thing that's inevitable is Keiichi Mayabara's role.
I thought they were going to say Rika's death.
If Keiichi Mayabara was someone with a naturally suspicious heart, he would take the same actions in every world. But that didn't happen. It's true that Keiichi Mayabara is both passionate and easily convinced of anything, but it's rare for him to exhibit the kind of rage he displayed in Onikakushi. In other words, even though something might seem inevitable in one world, that might not be the case if you compare it to a different one. If something really is inevitable, it'll happen for sure in every life. That's what true inevitability is like. It's very important that you know that. When you compare the different worlds, what's common among all of them is the truth. Understand? Like I said, what seems inevitable in one life could just be a random event in another. The club activities that Mion Sonozaki suggests are a good example. If Mion Sonozaki had a strong inclination toward playing certain games, you'd be playing them in every world. But in reality, you participate in different activities in most of them. That means that the games they play in the club are randomly decided by Mion Sonozaki. We know that now because we've been through many different lives. Those who only live in one world can't see if the event in question is inevitable or random. Those who only live once can't predict what's going on in Mion Sonozaki's mind. But we can. Although the activities are random, Mion Sonozaki calls us together for the club meeting almost every day in real life. Or in every life, even. I can see that Mion Sonozaki holds a strong will towards having the club meeting. Mion Sonozaki always wants to play with the other club members. But she doesn't know what to play. See? We can read Mion Sonozaki's mind just by simply examining these fragments. With this alone, we can see part of who Mion Sonozaki really is. Let me talk a bit more about Keiichi Mayabara. For those who only live once, the world of the Onikakushi chapter is nothing but a story where Keiichi suffered mysterious hallucinations and beat his friends to death. For them, there's nothing beyond that fact. We, however, can compare different fragments and find out something they could never see. As a result, we know that the murder of his friends was not inevitable. I told you that just earlier. In fact, while there are about 5 or 6 pieces in front of you, he only killed his friends in one of them. That means we can roughly conclude that the possibility Keiichi Mayabara triggers the tragedy is less than 20%, and is almost a fluke. This means that among the countless worlds, Keiichi Mayabara causing the tragedy is an unimportant factor. Now, can you find the common thread to be drawn from here? You found it already? No wonder you were born in this world. You're quick to learn the knack for playing with building blocks. I didn't figure that out for a while. I was born in the normal world, so I could only see things from a single world's perspective. I was too obsessed by the fact that Keiichi Mayabara caused the tragedy, so I had trouble finding it. Right! That's exactly right! You see it? The Onikakushi, Watanagashi, Mayakashi, and Sumihoroboshi chapters all have something in common. Someone in the group becomes violent because of dark and paranoid thoughts.
Yep.
In each world, either Keiichi Mayabara, Shion Sonozaki, Ren Ryugu become violent as their delusions grow stronger. Keiichi Mayabara, Shion Sonozaki, and Rena Ryugu are all my close friends. They were all born and raised differently. The only common factor is that they all live in Hinamizawa. I just said it not too long ago, though. When we peer through these fragments of multiple worlds, the constant phenomena become our facts, and the chance phenomena hold little meaning. In other words, the unrelated individual culprits are not all that important. To go further, the violence of their crimes also bears no meaning. Keiichi Mayabara beat his friends to death. Shion Sonozaki killed the central people of the three families. And Rena Ryugu took over the school. They were all different. There's nothing in common there. In fact, the very, very important truth is that while the culprit and crimes are decided at random, their process of growing paranoid until they resort to violence is always constant. The suspect changes every time, but the process does not. After comparing the different worlds, this is the truth I found. This is the one truth that is common to all the worlds of Hinamizawa. The rule is that a random person becomes violent under the influence of paranoid thoughts. This is Rule X. Keiichi Mayabara, Shion Sonozaki, and Rena Ryugu. Pieces with no particular connection have the potential to succumb to that rule with random probability. I don't know what the probability is that those pieces will be ensnared by that rule. Perhaps there's some rule to that too? Is it because these three are all close in age, or is it because they all live in Hinamizawa? Well, we're not detectives or police officers. That's not something that a small girl like us, Rika Furude, can easily figure out. At least we now know that there's a mysterious rule in the world of Hinamizawa. People who only live in one world have no way of knowing that. I'm proud of myself for figuring that out. I guess for you it's not particularly surprising, though. Uh-huh. What did you say? That's right. If something is common among all worlds, that means it's fated to happen. Some events quickly come to mind, don't they? Right. Jiro Tomatake and Mion Takano are always killed in those worlds. On top of that, they are murdered in exactly the same way in every world.
Yep.
In other words, unlike our previous rule with its variability, their murders are thoroughly planned out by someone with a strong will. So that does not fit with the mysterious, vague Rule X that leads to a random individual to violence. After all, they are always murdered, regardless of who falls to Rule X. Therefore, there's another rule to these worlds. A rule that says Jiro Tomatake and Mio Takano will get killed on the night of Watanagashi. Let's call it Rule Y. Don't you see how funny this is? Jiro Tomatake and Mio Takano are killed in every world, right? Every time the character who gets cursed always thinks that their deaths have something to do with the danger that's awaiting them. The fact that someone turns violent, Rule X, and Jiro Tomatake and Mio Takano's deaths, Rule Y, are supposed to be two independent rules, but they all tend to link them together. Of course, one could say that's how they become ensnared in the spell of paranoia leading them to violence to begin with. Do you think, in their paranoia, that they notice someone is trying to lead them to link those rules together? Yes. Whoever the piece leading them is, they are the one making this stage called Hinamizawa very complicated. You should have noticed at least two suspicious people. Do you know who I'm talking about?
EDA.
That's right.
No.
I'm referring to Corrado Oishi and Mio Takano.
The other one I was gonna say was Takano. I didn't even think of Oishi. Fuck.
How could you forget me?
I don't know, man.
When you compare our previous fragments, the role of the piece known as Corrado Oishi becomes clear. He's a detective who's retiring this year, and he's in a hurry to solve the mystery of the series of deaths in Hinamizawa. After he retires, he'll have to move away from the village. That's why he's desperate to solve this case before he has to leave Hinamizawa. Why is he so obsessed with the serial murders in Hinamizawa? That's right. It's because of the first murder involving the manager of the construction site. The victim was Oishi's close friend.
Did we never know this?
It's mentioned in the flashback episode.
Oh, I just don't remember.
They talk to one another, and you can put those dots together.
Okay.
The guy who will later be killed is Oishi's friend.
Okay, yeah, I didn't put that together.
That's okay, that's what this is for.
Yeah.
You will see that if you look at the Himatsubushi chapter. Like Cal just said, he's so smart. Oishi was there when the dam conflict was at its peak. I don't know why I said it like that. He saw how the Sonozaki family took control of the Onagafuji Guardians, and he believed that the Sonozaki family was pulling the strings behind the whole incident. I need to adjust my seating. I'll be 2 seconds.
Okay. That noise that keeps playing in this track sounds like a bus in front of the building, like, coming to a halt.
I hear that.
Every single time.
That's why he always suspected that the Sonozaki family was behind this series of mysterious deaths, regardless of the evidence or lack thereof.
Brewed a pot of tea? What kind of tea?
May I have some tea?
Yeah, what kind of tea? I should make some tea. I should make some, like, throat coat tea for these, because I have to, like, you're doing all the voice stuff right now, but I'm sure I'm gonna have to eventually.
That's Oishi's car. He's got the AC on.
Why does the AC sound like that? No.
His personal biased belief, combined with his credibility as a police detective, affected the pitiable victims of persecution complexes in each world.
Is Mort blocking that? Hang on.
No, he's blocking it, but it makes me laugh because his halo looks like he's trying to, like, highlight important words.
It's little angel Mort. He's highlighting important words. Do I need to move him a little bit?
It's fine. Mostly I can read through his halo.
Okay. If that's okay with you, I don't.
Yeah,
like,
if it becomes an issue later, I'll say so.
Alright.
Like I did with your chair, your big fuck-off chair. As a result, the pitiful victims of Rule X come to accept the Sonozaki family as the identity of the unknown force their paranoia seeks.
That sounds
good. It's a Lunar New Year blend. It's black tea with rice, coconut, and sesame.
That sounds good.
That sounds like a complex flavor.
Yeah.
Shion Sonozaki's case was the most conspicuous one in that matter. So yes, if this piece, Oishi didn't intervene, then perhaps the victims of Rule X wouldn't have resorted to such violence. So the role his piece plays is to indirectly cause the tragedy. I don't know who named him this, but Oyashiro-sama's servant is the perfect nickname for Oishi. The other suspicious person is Mio Takano.
My wife.
One would assume the only role of her piece is to amuse herself with research into Onagafuji's dreadful history, and to take pleasure in scaring others with those tales. However, just like Oishi, she also gives them the idea that the Sonozaki family is behind all the mysterious incidents that happen in the village. She interferes the most with Ren and Ryugu. For Mio Takano, Ren and Ryugu was the perfect prey, grasping at straws to try and identify the force she suspected. Ironically, however, Mio Takano always ends up getting killed at the end. If she had survived and seen Rena take over the school, she would have laughed long and loud. Now, have you realized that these two pieces and the roles they fulfill have their own rule too? They talk about the Sonozaki family and the listeners always believe them. This is Rule Z, and what a humorous rule it is. You should have already had an answer to this mystery in your fragments on hand. The fact is that the Sonozaki family always acts as if they're responsible, no matter if they are or not. They always pretend to be the villains in order to make sure that the people continue to fear them. As a result, the villagers have believed that the Sonozaki family has been pulling the strings ever since the dam conflict ended. Kuraudo Oishi and Mio Takano were simply fooled by that rule. Actually, the whole village is fooled by it. Still, the more I think about it, the stranger the series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa seems to me. You know why? Nearly all of the fragments of memories we have here are from 1983. So I have no idea about the incidents from 80 to 82. But it's likely that interpreting these murders as serial is simply a result of falling victim to Rule Z, believing that the Sonozaki family is pulling the strings behind everything. In short, they may be trying to conflate those multiple crimes, which each happened for different reasons, into one big case. Well, I have no way of discerning the truth from the fragments here. Still, perhaps something lies in one of them. Each case was supposed to have been solved individually, after all. We don't know if that theory is sound or irrational, but it might surprisingly be an element we can't ignore. That reminds me, Shion said something intriguing in the Mayakashi chapter. The curse system that she came up with. Do you remember that? Her theory was that the villagers believed that they are allowed to kill an enemy of the village on the night of Watanagashi in the name of Oyashiro-sama's curse, and that this foundation of murder is allowed on that night alone is the true identity of the curse. Since most of the fragments here are from 83, there's nothing to back the validity of Shion's theory, but there's still interesting things about it. In other words, her theory is that the suspect is not the one who's committing the crime, it's the environment that's causing the murder. People in a single world tend to analyze a criminal's life to determine the process that led them to crime, but her idea is different. The real crime is committed not by the criminals, but by the environment. In other words, it may only be happenstance that robber A committed the crime, and the environment of poverty might have created robber B instead, or perhaps even robber C. A may not even be a criminal in another world. Therefore, the real criminal is not A, but the environment that creates A, B, or C. And, well, while people in a single world may be able to reach such an idea, the widespread desire to place blame commonly causes A to be lynched by society, while the environment that gave rise to A goes ignored. Did I confuse you?
No, speaking truth.
I'm sorry. Perhaps that example was actually harder to understand for you? It's easy for me to see it like this because I'm from the normal world. Let me make it simple for you. The culprits behind the tragedy in many worlds isn't individuals like Keiichi Mayabara or Shion Sonozaki, but the environment. So Rule X is the true culprit at fault. You're earning good marks if you can grasp that, even if we don't know the real identity of Rule X. And if you can grasp the 3 rules governing this stage called Hinamizawa, Rules X, Y, and Z, then you're earning very good marks. So long as you understand those rules, then even if this is your first experienced world, you should easily find the truth without distraction. See? Isn't it fun? Merely 3 simple rules are interacting on this stage, creating a kaleidoscope of different worlds. This is probably a very unusual case. In other locations, you shouldn't be able to see such extreme variation even after looping through several worlds. It keeps me entertained just staying here and watching these worlds revolve. Anyway, there's one more fact we can understand from these fragments of worlds. This is the biggest problem we Rika Furudes are facing. The fact that Rika Furude always dies each time. It's as if June 1983 is a dead end for her. Worse, there's no randomness to it. It's guaranteed to happen. In other words, it's the same pattern as the deaths of Jiro Tomitake and Mio Takano. It's following the exact same rule. Rule Y. Tomitake Jiro and Takano Mio are always murdered on the night of Watanagashi. Furude Rika's death of date is not always the same, or date of death even, but she's always dead by the middle of June. Jiro Tomitake and Mio Takano are probably attacked on their way home, so that's why it always happens on the same night. But for Rika Furude, it's different. She takes different actions in every world and her lifestyle is very unpredictable. For that reason, the day of her death is not always the same. However, she always dies in June, because a similar powerful conviction vows to kill her too. So we can assume the same rule why killing them is also the rule behind her death? Is the same person killing all 3 of them? I don't know if it's the same person, but it's highly likely the same rule is at work. Is it the same person? Or the same organization? Is it the same views? The same goals? Rika's most important goal is to escape her deadly fate.
But it doesn't mean that she just wants to leave the village and survive. She wants to live happily in the village. All of her friends must also be happy too. That's Rika's happy future. The ideal future she hopes for. It's tragic that we can't realize such a simple desire no matter how many times we repeat this. Though, it's a tragedy we're only able to perceive because we're beings capable of comparing the fragments from different worlds. By the way, I have some interesting information. While Rika is almost always killed by Rule Y, have you noticed that she's killed by Rule X in some worlds?
I'm trying to think when she got killed by somebody else. Why can't I remember?
That's okay. I'm sure our person will elucidate.
Right.
Yeah.
It happened in the Watanagashi and the Miyakashi chapters. Rika Furude committed suicide, but you can say she was more or less killed by Rule X via Shion Sonozaki in those worlds.
I see.
In other words, this is a blunder for Rule Y. Rule Y is trying to kill Rika with a strong desire to achieve some aim, but she was killed before that as a result of the unrelated Rule X. That might have caused them to show some disturbance. If Rule Y's objective is simply to bury Rika, then that's not a problem. But if they have some objective beyond that, then that might show up as some other phenomenon. Perhaps the Watanagashi and Miyakashi chapters have something in common. Something that doesn't happen in the other worlds. Unfortunately, we're Rika Furude, so we don't know what happens after Rika is dead. Or, by any chance, do you know what happened? Since I'm Rika Furude, I only know of events during Rika's life. You, on the other hand, are a special existence who was born in a superior world. Is there anything that didn't happen in the Watanagashi and Miyakashi chapters? That happened in all the other worlds after Rika's death?
Has this been Rika the whole time? Should I have been narrating?
Maybe.
Do you want me to pick up because you've been reading so long?
That's fine by me. That's kind of why I wanted to take it regardless of which character it was, because I know that you've been having brain problems, so I didn't want to give you a long fucking spiel at the beginning of the
No,
stream.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh, they're fine.
I'm taking my water so I could start and do the Rika voice. Because I like doing the Rika voice.
If you know anything, then that must be another truth behind Rule Y. The memories I have here are all mainly about the chaos brought about by Rika's friends, that is, Rule X. But its foundation, Rule Z, and the obvious hostility common among all the worlds, Rule Y.
And then an ad break is about to begin as soon as I start reading.
Are what I believe to be the true rules governing this stage. If so,
by the virtue of Rule A, I can snooze it.
Wow. If so, then Rika's path is a thorny one. She needs to fight Rule Y in order to survive. Unless she defeats it, she has no future past June 1983. And to win her own happiness, she must also beat Rule X to win her friend's safety. So long as that's undefeated, one of Rika's precious friends may be led to tragedy. If that happens, then even should Rika survive, she wouldn't have the happy future she hopes for. She also may have to defeat Rule Z, just as Sonozaki Shion faced it in Miyakashi.
That's weird that they changed the order of the surname randomly. Anyway.
So long as Rule Z remains, then even if she escapes 1983, it's possible another tragedy may lie waiting in 1984. It's extremely likely that Rule Z is the breeding ground for Rule X. Hinamizawa's fundamental belief that the Sonozaki family is behind everything, and the custom that anything can be misconstrued as the curse, may indirectly be the root of all evil here. People are not surprised to see somebody die on the night of Watanagashi. That type of thinking is keeping the curse alive in Hinamizawa, where it causes even more tragedy. It's Rule Z reinforcing itself. Rules X, Y, NC. My favorite Pokemon games. There are 3 rules that hunt Rika down in the eternal June of 1983. They are all tough obstacles. We didn't even figure out these 3 common rules until recently. Were you aware of them? If you were, I'll give you straight A's. I've tried so hard in the past to break these rules, but I was never successful. However, a miracle happened in the Sumihoro Boshi chapter. Keiichi Maibata was able to recognize a small fragment from another world by chance, and he beat Rule X. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Rika was still killed that night by Rule Y, though. But still, one rule was defeated. That was actually applicable to what I was saying. That was a huge leap forward.
I really like Yoma's comment.
In Higurashi Legend ZA, Rika escapes her fate by moving to Paris. Wow.
Rika knew there were 3 common rules among the worlds, but she could never break any of them. Eventually, she gave up and lost interest in the worlds, and that's how I was born. However, she's different now. She learned something valuable from Keiichi Maibata, and that the rules can be broken with a strong enough will to fight. If she can break all 3 rules, Rika Furude will be freed from her eternal prison. She doesn't have much time left, though. Rika has traveled through many worlds. Her physical lifespan is not a problem, but her mental lifespan is getting shorter. Mentally, she is extremely old, and her soul is starting to turn into something different. In the end, doesn't even matter. She'll probably lose the ability to experience singular worlds. She's already showing those signs, and eventually her memories from the parallel worlds will mix together, ultimately causing her derangement and the loss of Rika Furude's soul. And she will disappear. That means that you and I are going to be left in this dark world. The fragments of our memories will gradually disappear, and we will be left alone in the eternal darkness. Eventually, we will die. Rika Furude is aware of that. She knows that her mental lifespan is getting shorter and shorter. Hanyu is also losing her powers.
Okay, this is who I think it is. I think I was right.
Okay.
But you can keep going because I was reading for a while.
Okay.
She can't rewind through years of time like she used to. Her power has decreased so much that she can barely rewind 1 month of time. Actually, she can only rewind a few weeks. In the next world, she should only have about 2 weeks of time. Rika Furude is going to try and break all 3 rules in just those 2 weeks.
You want to
I
read
wanted
that?
to know what's outside the well, so I tried to claw my way up from there. I wanted to know what's outside the well, so I continued to climb even when I fell and injured myself. I finally realized, the higher I climb, the more pain I feel when I fall. When my curiosity toward the wall... Fuck! I'm never able to read those in time! They're so fast!
Yeah. I had that problem with Needy Streamer Overload, is like, even when I put it the slowest, like, fucking speed, I would try to read everything she was saying, and it would go by so fast, and I was like,
When my interest in the world outside of the well began to equal the amount of pain, that was when I finally realized the meaning of the story to I'm not reading this in German. The Frog Prince.
Who's this?
Yoma's here and I'm not embarrassing myself. I don't remember who this is, so.
I'll keep going.
I felt no gravity in the darkness and lost all my senses as a result. I banged my head on the floor with a dull thud. Seeing
Ow.
stars behind my eyelids, I curled into a ball while holding my head in pain. Are you okay? Did you get hurt?
Rika! Please say something!
Okay, so this is Rika.
I had no idea why I was in this situation, but as soon as I heard their voices from the top of the cliff, I realized that I must have fallen. Ah, I remember. I was playing behind the shrine with the rest of the club members. I got too excited and started doing something very dangerous. Then the tree branch broke. That's how I fell off the cliff. My body started to ache all over. I remembered how I fell, but I still felt strange for some reason. I couldn't remember what I was doing. No, it was more that I couldn't remember who Rika Furude was before I fell off the cliff.
Ow, 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 ow.
I heard Hanyu's panicked voice.
You! Who are you?
This is Hanyu.
Well, I guess we're gonna learn who the fuck this is.
I looked behind me and saw Hanyu standing there with a scared look on her face. Hanyu? Ouch. What just happened?
Oh, you were playing with everyone and fell off the cliff. Are you okay?
I don't care about that, Hanyu. What day is it today? What year and what month is it? I always ask this question first when something like this happens. She finally realized that I was asking the same old question.
It's June of 1983. The Watanagashi festival is next week, so...
Oh dear. I only have that much time left?
This is the best we can do.
Hanyu muttered regretfully. It was the middle of June, 1983. If this really was the best she could do, I had no choice. I couldn't complain. I gradually started to remember more things. If this is June of 1983, I see. I was killed again. After Rena surrendered to the police, all of the classmates were given checkups at the clinic. I didn't get hurt, so I was sent back home after they determined that I had no injuries. My memories started getting vague from that point on, a common characteristic of my violent deaths. When my life is taken away violently, the memory before death becomes vague with static. It's like a violently ripped roll of toilet paper. That example should make it easy to understand, even if it's uncouth. That's why I have no clear memory of what happened and how I died that night. I only have vague memories. I think someone covered my mouth with a handkerchief or something, and I passed out. That's about the only thing that I remember, and only vaguely.
Can
I'm
I
not-
now
Yeah?
give you a stage direction?
Give me a stage direction.
You now know that Rika Furude is significantly older than she purports.
Mm-hmm.
When thinking in her head and talking exclusively to Hanyu, in the anime at least, and this is generally what people accept, she is talking with a much older and much more mature voice.
Okay, I can do that.
I'm not even sure if it really happened. The only thing I know for sure is that I was attacked on my way home, or possibly after I got there, and that I was murdered suddenly.
I want to try to do a voice that still works for Rika.
Yes, 100%.
Okay. I don't know if this is a good direction. I don't know who killed me or how I was killed. I'm glad that at least I don't remember the horrific ending to my life every time it happens.
God,
Because-
can you imagine?
Because of my experiences, I think I now understand why ghosts wander around this world, not knowing that they died so suddenly. If it's a death from a long-lasting illness, people tend to remember that they were sick. They can kind of assume that they died after being sick for a long time. But when your memory is violently disrupted like mine, it can get quite confusing. When I first experienced this, I wasn't sure if I was dreaming or not. I even thought that I hit my head hard and lost my memory. I needed to organize things before I get too confused. My name is Rika Furude. People look at me in a special way, but that's not a big deal for me. All I want is a happy life where I can play around with my best friends. I can't remember how long I've been living just for the sake of obtaining that simple happiness. This panicked girl here is named Hanyu. I'm the only one who can see her. Perhaps she only exists inside of my head? At any rate, Hanyu's invisible and can generally only interact with me. It'll be a long story if I try to explain Hanyu's existence, so I won't be doing that right now. Besides, I don't even know how I should talk about her. She's been there since I was born. and her existence is a natural thing for me. I saw everyone running up the gravel road toward me. They're my important and lovable best friends. Our group's active, boisterous, and we get serious about doing stupid things. I'm never bored when I'm around them, and I love them very much.
Oh, Rika-chan, are you okay? Did you sprain your ankle?
Where did you get hurt? Let this old man have a look at it. Me. Thank you so much. I just got a bump on my head.
I think all I got was a bump, at least. My injury wasn't as serious as everyone thought.
When you hit your head, you still need to be cautious even if you're fine for a moment. That's true. If you hit your head in any capacity, get yourself checked at the doctor if you're able to. I know that's hard for Americans.
It really is. That's true. You should get the coach to check you out just in case. Absolutely not, Keiichi.
Oh, let's go for another doctor. Oh,
Let's go to
you're
another.
the one's talking now. No!
Oh no! No wonder everybody in
creep.
No wonder everybody in Hinamizawa has the syndrome. The Hinamizawa syndrome.
Go to the doctor.
Oh.
That is a good idea. Do you want me to go and get him?
No.
Yeah. We'll go ask somebody to use a phone and call him here. You don't need to do that. I'm totally fine. Nipa!
Oh, Nipa time.
Everyone, it's time.
It's time.
Nipa! Nipa!
That's not. Alright. I feel like. Okay, hold on. Let me count how many different versions of that command I put in, and you somehow found the one that doesn't work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11, and you found the one that doesn't fucking work. I'm adding it.
Absolutely not, Rika.
I put Hippa instead. On accident. Alright. Well, that one's added now. There you go.
Yes. Absolutely not, Rika. You must be cautious.
Satoko warned me with a stern voice. It really wasn't a big deal, but I decided to nod since Satoko was trying to be generous. She wasn't trying to boss me around or anything. She was only saying that because of how much she cares. I've seen it before in the many different lives that I've been through. I have no doubt that she's really concerned about me. It's not just Satoko. Mion, Rena, and Keiichi are the same. They're all so nice to me, and they truly do care. Mion left to look for a phone. Rena also left with a towel, looking for the water tap. Satoko remained nearby, taking care of me with a worried face. We're out of snoozes. No. And Hanyu was just standing there, still wearing a panicked look. Keiichi seemed to be panicked too. He looks kind of calm, actually, but he was trying not to show it. He was standing by me, wearing a calm expression. Are you alright?
I'm fine. It doesn't hurt anywhere.
I'm glad you're not seriously injured. I was super worried. I wouldn't feel anything special about his words if this was a while ago. But at that moment, when Rena took over the classroom, when she hurt Mion, Keiichi tried his best to save Rena, even so. He was more reliable than I ever imagined from his normal behavior. He's usually an insensitive guy who hurts other people's feelings without noticing, but that's not his true self. He has a secret side. He's willing to sacrifice himself for other people. I was just observing that not too long ago. That's why I can honestly feel his generosity now. Now that I think about it, Keiichi regained a memory from another world the previous time around. Is it possible that he carries that memory in this world too? If that's the case, I have some hope. Hanyu and I are totally powerless. Hanyu is only like heir to everyone but me, and I'm just a little girl. I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little girl.
It's my birthday.
It's my birthday. There's only so much that we can do ourselves. But Keiichi is different. He changed the fate that I had only resigned myself to. Or I had once
resign myself to. He's somebody who may have the power to take me to my unseen future. If I can get Keiichi to understand me, he could be my hero. I could be your hero, baby. Sorry. Perhaps I'm actually...
Would kiss away the pain.
Perhaps I'm actually not expecting that much out of him. I just want someone to understand my struggle of being stuck in this maze. Keiichi? I spoke to him slowly. It had been a while since I felt so nervous. I hadn't felt this way since I started my endless life in 1983. There goes her hero. Watch him as he goes. I love how much that peaked the mic.
I leaned forward.
As a witch, I normally would know what his response would be before even talking to him.
You can't comprehend how much seeing her say "as a witch"
makes
my entire body like stand on end. You don't know how important that is.
As a witch! I often remain silent because I already know how pitiful the reply would be. But in that case, why was I so nervous now? Huh? Did you call me, Rika-chan? Hanyu gave me a disappointed look before I responded to Keiichi.
Rika.
I could tell what Hanyu was thinking, too. The miracle wasn't going to happen. If miracles do happen, one could have happened many times in my other lives. But I've only seen one miracle before. The miracle that Keiichi gave me was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of miracle. Only if it happened again would it be a true miracle. I won't get out of this world just because I rolled 6 on the die once. I can't get out unless I get a miracle that's equivalent to getting 6 on the die 10 times in a row. And so I rolled 10 dice, wishing they'd all turn out to be 6.
Keiichi?
What is it? Are you hurt anywhere? He looked at me worriedly after I called his name twice.
Keiichi?
This is kind of a bad spot for it.
Yeah.
But it's about to be ad break. Do you want to take a break?
Break time! We'll find out what she's gonna say in a second.
We gotta go pee and probably water ourselves.
That was a sick beat.
We're back. Do what? What?
We return.
That's so scary.
Kneel before some guys.
Wow. Oh, I did have expectations for Hanyu before Hanyu showed up. Let me talk
Tell us
about
your
it.
expectations for
Okay, so fun fact, in the early 2000s when Higurashi was like popular as an anime and everybody was saying you should watch Higurashi, and I tried and I didn't like it when I was a kid. The openings were everywhere, so I saw them all the time. All the time. There was that one opening with Rika running on the water, and it's like do 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 do. That one. It's awesome.
Sakashi de.
That's it.
Sakashi de.
Yeah.
That's the one.
If you grew up in the early 2000s, you know what the fuck I'm talking about, probably. So Hanyu was in there, and I was like, I had the memory of this girl with purple hair and it's lavender.
It totally is like almost James Team Rocket color.
It is. It's James Team Rocket hair. But I had this memory of this little girl with horns in my mind. Like, I knew she was part of Higurashi, so we were like several fucking hours deep into Higurashi, and then at some point I was like, hey, I have a question. Who the fuck is the little girl with the horns? And then Cal was just like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's
Don't
just
worry about it.
crazy to have the specter of this girl in the back of your head the entire time, knowing that something is going on.
Knowing.
But, like,
knowing. I knew this whole time that now she's the specter, like, right in front of my fucking face. It's like I've been Rika this whole fucking time, and I just didn't know.
Semi-translucent.
Oh my god. So anyway, my theory with this character was that she is possessing Rika. So I don't know, we don't have 100% what's going on yet, but I think I might be on the money. And that she is the Oyashiro-sama that everybody is saying that is possessing Rika. Because that's what they say, right? Is that Rika is like possessed by Oyashiro-sama? Or am I hallucinating?
She
that?
is the reincarnation.
Reincarnation.
Of Oyashiro-sama.
So
Because she is the seventh, like, I think it's like the seventh daughter in a row. Like, the firstborn of the family is a daughter.
Mm-hmm. So she's the reincarnation. So
Yes.
I'm saying that Hanyu is that, and that's why she's got little horns, right? Okay,
Right.
cool.
Right.
So that's my those are my potential ideas and expectations for this character, and that is my experience with this character. All right.
And here she is looking so pensive. She looks like she just watched Rika eat a leaf.
That's so specific.
You know what I mean? She's just like, oh.
Rika, why are you eating a leaf? You are not a dinosaur. What are you doing?
They just look so good in the Land Before Time.
I broke my tracking because I put my hand on my face. I'm laughing so hard. I don't know why that got me so bad. I'm so glad you got my reference, because when I was a kid, I literally ate leaves on a bush because of Land Before Time.
No, dog, they look so good in that movie.
Oh.
I 100% get you. That shit had me eating oak leaves.
The tangents have begun.
Of course. Literally a tangent if we haven't started again yet.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Keiichi, do you remember? Do you remember? On the 21st night.
I don't
Keiichi's
think
like,
that song's
why?
been written yet, Rika.
Oh. It might have.
It's like a 90s song, right? This is
No.
83?
Hang on. All right. The tangent continues. Hold on.
So
Hold on.
sorry.
No.
When was that song written? Was it 70s or 80s?
September released. 1978.
Damn, there's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
There's a possibility that she knows what the fuck that is.
Rika knows.
I knew how sudden my question was. As I thought he would, he looked at me with a confused face.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I looked inside his eyes to see his true feelings. He should remember.
The 21st night of September. He should know. Even though
We should be dancing the night away.
we should be dancing the night away, Keiichi.
Even though he doesn't have the memory, Keiichi experienced it.
What is she referring to, Keiichi-san? Did you do something bad to her?
Don't say that.
You'd better speak up!
Mm.
Or I'll yell into the mic some more.
Keiichi, do you remember climbing on the school roof?
The school roof? Keiichi-san, you climbed up there?
I'm not asking you, Satoko. Do you remember, Keiichi?
I did? I climbed on the roof? When? You must be mistaken somehow, Rika-chan. I never climbed on the roof, and I don't even know how to get up there.
Of course you haven't experienced it in this world yet. But please tell me that you remember. I know you've never been on the roof, but you should still remember doing it. You shouldn't be able to remember it true, but you actually did once. You should be able to remember it once again.
Perhaps you went up there to get a ball or something?
Never. Have you been up there, Satoko?
Unthinkable! I would get in such terrible trouble if I did something like that.
but I bet it'd feel really good to take a nap up there.
There's no way he would remember.
Ugh.
If miracles could happen that easily, neither of us would be suffering like this.
Shut up. I knew that. I knew that he wouldn't remember.
Our fate is already set in stone. We're like a pitiful cicada that dies after the summer festival.
Shut up.
Oh.
Oh.
As I stared at her fiercely, Hanyu realized that she had crossed a line. This might be a waste of time. The maze we're in might not have an exit. It might be an endless loop without a goal in place. We are trapped in this fate. I thought that Keiichi might be able to get me out of here. But that Keiichi I saw was truly a miracle. A momentary glimmer. The Keiichi of this world doesn't bear that same miracle. All the same, I'm not going to give up. Last time, too, I gave up on fighting Destiny. The
The
streamer.
Witch Queen.
We both went completely different directions. Yeah, you better
Mine was
fight
more
him.
apt because she called herself a witch earlier.
Oh, the Witch Queen in Destiny 2. I real-
Savathun.
Savathun. Grandma from Rhapsody Kids.
Christmas.
Christmas. Man, we're going directions.
We gotta come back. We gotta zoom in.
I gotta reel it back in. I realized Rena was beyond salvation, so I bid her farewell and forsook
I've
that.
never in my life seen a past pretense of forsaken.
Forsook
But I guess it would be forsook.
that world. But Keiichi fought and broke the cycle of fate. I should have worked harder with that Keiichi in that world. I could have broken this endless cycle together with him. Am I going to repeat this life, waiting for that miracle to happen again? I can't do that. I don't want to repeat the same life anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this world, my fate, and everything. Can I just say I really like this trope of somebody like an ageless being like tormented by living the same shit over and over, and they're just like, I'm so fucking tired.
Yeah. A lot of people criticize Higurashi for having a character who looks young, but is actually like a bunch of years older than that. But I think it works because this isn't a vehicle for sexualization, it's a vehicle for tragedy.
Yeah, like I agree. They are a bit weird about Rika a lot, so I'm gonna criticize it on that front.
No, for sure.
So, but this isn't like this probably did like perpetuate that trope of in
Yes.
anime of like, this is a little girl but she's actually like 2,000 years old. So that kind of sucks, but like in this context it's fine.
Yes, it's not Higurashi's fault that people took this and took the wrong thing away.
Elves started it. Well, this is a different like trope we're talking about. It's specifically in anime when they're like, it's okay to sexualize this small girl because she's actually
2,000 years old.
2,000 years old. Cause like that's the thing with elves in like Tolkien stuff is like they don't look like children. At least in most contexts, they look like adults. They just look like really young, pretty adults. And, anyway, let's continue. I'm tired of getting murdered by Destiny, the streamer. Keiichi showed me a miracle. I should be able to do the same too. I must fight. I must fight with all my remaining power. I was always fighting. I was fighting when I had more power, but I never made it. How can I expect to win this time? Still, I must fight. Keiichi taught me that fate can be shattered. I'm going to fight one more time. Oh, that's true. That's true. It's just a very specific flavor in anime.
Yes.
But
I've never
yeah,
seen a sexualized vampire child. That isn't me saying that they
Va-
don't exist. I just
Okay.
have never seen them.
in Interview with a Vampire, there's the girl that got bitten when she was like a young girl. So she struggles with the fact that she has the body of a young girl forever, even though she is an adult woman.
Yeah.
And like that's really fucked up and sucks.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Imagine having the memories and technical age of being a full adult, but you are residing in the not just the body of a child, but also the brain of a child.
Mhm.
Because a child's brain is not fully developed. It can only think in certain directions and it can only produce emotional chemicals in certain ways.
Sorry, I'm jamming out.
No, you're jamming to you. Let's go.
You want to read the tip?
Yes, I will. I'm sorry for leaving you like this. I just need you to understand I'd rather take my own life than be fearful of how many days I have left to live. That's why I'm writing this letter to you. I can't stand the fear of being unable to leave behind a will while my life is prolonged, even as I lose my consciousness. In the end, there's nothing I can leave behind for you. I was unable to leave any of my achievements to this world. I was forgotten before I was dead. I leave this world a humiliated man, knowing that I had no appreciation from anyone. You must do better than me. You must achieve something that your grandfather was never able to achieve. I don't mind what field you choose. You must leave your mark on this world. You must leave behind your achievements. You will eventually die someday. You will eventually turn to ashes. As a human being, that's your inevitable. But if you achieve a great success, you will live forever, even after you depart. Those who live beyond their deaths are called gods. I wished to become one, but I was unable to do so. So in my place, you must become a god someday.
So that was
Normal things to leave to your granddaughter.
yeah, that was Rika's grandfather, right?
Who knows?
Ah. Okay, I have another theory.
Yes?
Umineko world is where Hanyu is from. You can't.
I think even if you knew the entirety of Umineko, I couldn't answer that question for you.
Oh my god. Well, because it's saying that Hanyu is from like a different world. Umineko world, the theme park. Yeah.
I want it so bad. It would
That'd be
never
so
happen.
fucking weird. Did you see there's a Pokemon theme park now?
I did. It's not really a theme park though. It's more just like a walking experience, which is fine.
It kind of reminds me of like a festival, like where they
Yes,
just
I
have
think
like a
it's
bunch
very
of stands with merch, and I think that's cute.
I think it's cute. I especially liked the images of when the snow fell
Mhm.
and all of the Pokemon were covered in snow. Very
Aw,
good photo opportunities.
I haven't seen those. Yeah, no,
I'll
I'll
show
like
them later.
I could think watching like people walk around and film. It's all because they have all the like Pokemon statues everywhere.
Yes.
But all I could think is like, oh my god, those are gonna look so fucked up so fast. Because that's my
I think it will
experience.
depend on A, what they're made of, and B, if you're allowed to touch them.
I imagine you can't stop everybody from touching like any like my experience working in theme parks, you can't stop everybody, and
No, for sure.
so many things, at least in Florida, faded so easily because of the sun.
Yes. Yeah.
So
yeah,
I guess it
100%.
depends on what they made everything with.
Yes. I think if you make them with like vinyl and neoprene, they're gonna be ass in like a year.
Yeah.
But like, I,
Yeah.
I obviously we don't know what they're made of. That's not something that they'd probably be interested in divulging.
Yeah. We're gonna
Um,
go.
I'd love to.
We're gonna go.
I don't think I'd ever want to visit Japan for very long though, because I'm fat.
I think you'd be fine.
Eh,
You,
this is a discussion for off stream.
this is a discussion for off stream. Hi, EDA. Hey, freak. Oh, that you already said it. Hey.
There, you're all done.
EDA withdrew the needle from Satoko's arm. It must not have hurt much for the needle to be pulled out. Satoko kept her eyes closed in fear, thinking that the needle was still inside her arm. Hi, Proxy! Freak hours. Yep.
Satoko, you're all done, you know?
What?
Oh, she's wearing a nurse outfit. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go feral. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Coming live on stream.
Live on stream. Oh, my wife.
Oh, it's finally over?
Now Satoko opened her eyes. She found that Irie was no longer sitting in front of her. Takano was wiping her arm with rubbing alcohol instead.
The cable management of those devices is making me like so anxious.
That's how it is, though. Every like hospital
in a
and clinic.
hospital, 100%.
Every time. Every time. That's right.
Like that shit plugged into the wall and dangling down, and like it's tied into a fucking bow. Why?
That's right. You're all done now. Dr. Irie is good with needles, unlike me. You didn't even notice he was finished. Don't touch that part of your arm for a while, okay? Also, try not to carry anything heavy.
Of course, I know that by now.
Good for you, Satoko. I'll pat your head for you.
It was nothing. There's nothing I did that would require you to pat my head.
I've never felt so, like, a kinship with Satoko.
You're so seen.
I'm so seen. Not long ago, she would go into a panic when it was time for her to get her shot. The way she behaved today in itself is worthy of praise. Everyone in the room smiled, aware of that growth.
Please give her the usual test. Will you, Takano-san?
Sure. All right, Satoko-chan. It's time for the quiz we always do.
Your quiz is always quite difficult for me.
Take it easy. If it's too difficult, you can just tell me that you don't know the answer. You don't have to think too hard. Just tell me whatever comes to mind at the moment. Takano smiled at Satoko to ease her tension. Then she led Satoko to a desk in the back of the examination room.
I hope Satoko gets better soon.
I don't know if it's because of the heat, but Satoko has been showing negative symptoms since last month. The change of the seasons can affect her physically and emotionally. It's not a surprise that this is happening to her.
I'm going to see Irie and ask him how Satoko is doing. What are you going to do, Hanyu?
I'm going to stay with Satoko.
Thank you. I'll leave it to you.
Hanyu went over to where Satoko was. Fortunately, I'm the only one who can see Hanyu. She won't be a distraction if she goes and observes Satoko's test. I, of course, would be a distraction like that. This is supposed to be a routine exam, but it seems like Takano is teasing her by giving her difficult questions. It would be pretty funny to observe how Satoko reacts to them. I'm a little jealous that Hanyu gets to watch everything without being a bother to Satoko. Irie was talking with 2 other staff members about Satoko's exam results. I walked up and joined them.
Thank goodness. She seems to be improving.
From what Irie was saying, her results must have turned out well.
Irie? How is she?
Don't worry. The results were good. I'll discuss this more with you two later.
After ordering his staff to continue their work, EDA showed me some difficult paperwork and started explaining it to me.
I guess we overreacted to the test results from last week. Her condition shifted dramatically because of the changing climate. Did she have a cold by any chance?
There was one night recently that was fairly hot. Satoko was sleeping without her blanket, and her stomach was exposed. She might have caught a cold that night.
She was sleeping with her belly exposed. I poked her belly button, but she didn't wake up at all.
That sounds like fun.
No.
Please call me if that happens again.
No,
I would love
no,
to poke
no.
Satoko-chan's belly button too.
That could just be, like, innocent, but knowing how much of a freak this guy is.
Coming from anyone else, I'd be like, haha.
Haha,
fun.
that's cute and kind of
From
weird.
him, it's just like,
Ugh, stop. Why are you saying these things, Rika?
It's so soft. Her belly is chunky, too. No, it is not. She is a stick. What are you talking about? It was so cute.
in these sprites she is, but in most stuff she's rendered as having like a little baby chub. It's very
A
cute.
little choopy. It was so cute that I didn't want to cover it with a blanket.
That's why she caught a cold, huh?
A hot tip. You don't catch colds from being cold.
It's the 80s, man.
Mika! I can hear you! You better put a blanket on me next time!
People get sick more often when it is cold out because people are inside more. The more you know. Because they're inside
Wow.
and closer together and near other people more. And also, you know, holiday events and stuff. You're in the middle of a quiz, Satoko-chan. You need to concentrate. Yurie, Hanyu, and I all laughed. Satoko went back to her test with a bitter look on her face.
Oh,
Idiot.
Yoma.
It's also the 2020s if you're in Germany. No, everybody here also accepts that common myth, and it pisses me the fuck off. It drives me crazy. Okay, small tangent. Sorry. So back in the day, I don't roleplay anymore, but I was roleplaying with somebody in like my late teens. And we were really into do you remember when everybody was like pairing Hiccup and Jack Frost together for some reason? We were really into that.
I was in the periphery of that because at the time I'd never seen How to Train Your Dragon. I have since, and I've still never seen Rise of the Guardians because that
that's
shit
a good
looks
movie.
like hot dog ass.
No, that's a good movie. I really liked it. Anyway,
I'm happy for you.
so we were into that pairing, and that's what we were role-playing. And I was role-playing as Hiccup, and she was role-playing as Jack Frost, and she was constantly trying to hint that because Jack Frost made everything cold, he made everybody get sick. And I kept saying in the out of character parentheses, people don't get sick from the cold. That's not a thing. And she was like, yeah, but I really want Hiccup to get sick, so Jack has to take care of him. And I'm like, that's stupid. You're gay. Anyway.
Fucking I've never been into hurt comfort shit or like sick / caregiver shit. I don't like it. I feel like, especially in roleplay,
Mhm.
like in fanfiction, I kind of understand that a little bit more because you can explore that dynamic.
Mhm.
But in roleplay, it really does relegate one person to I am sick in a bed versus someone who is actively like walking around and doing shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's boring as fuck. And that was one of the last role plays I ever did. And then I was just like, I'm old and I don't want to do this anymore.
That's so fair. I still roleplay because
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. That's
Yeah,
why.
I'm having fun. Smile.
Yippee!
And like,
Yeah, no, if you have fun with it, like, go for it.
I
but...
think it's a good writing exercise.
Oh
but
yeah, no, it's great to do
obviously-
with like writing. If you need to like write and like bounce off of somebody, it's awesome.
Yes.
Like,
And I find collaborative writing just significantly more fun than writing solo. Because
yeah.
if I'm writing solo, then I'm writing for myself, and I don't give a shit about myself.
mm-hmm.
So
like, Gave up my RP gloves a long time ago. Yeah, same. Yeah, same. I just didn't find any enjoyment in it.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it is, Yoma.
That's basically what I was doing. Like, what should I do? And then I feel like later I made, because it was like a modern day AU or whatever. So which is weird because Jack Frost was still like, you know, a supernatural being. And it's like Hiccup was riding a motorcycle and shit. So I just put him in a motorcycle accident just for fun. And I was like, is this what you want? Is this what you want? You want to take care of him some more? And I made his leg break because Hiccup, you know, loses his leg. And
He does.
Spoiler alert, I guess.
Spoiler alert for the first movie.
Yeah. I mean, you see that he has only one leg in the other movies.
I still don't even know what that version of Jack Frost was even from. It's a movie called Rise of the Guardians,
It's
where
good.
like a bunch of fucking like various
Like childhood, you know, and like Santa Claus, Easter
Yeah.
Bunny,
those kinds of things.
Tooth Fairy, Sandman, Jack Frost. They all
Fictional
yeah.
people that parents tell to their children to explain worldwide phenomena.
Yeah. It's directed by Guillermo del Toro, so it's fucking good.
Spoiler for the live action remake. Don't watch that shit. Respect yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Hiccup is
wasn't paying
the main character in How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon is a good series until it's not.
I liked the second movie okay, but
No, the second movie's great. The first movie's great. The second movie's great. Third movie, bad.
yeah, I haven't seen it, and my friend was mad at me that I haven't seen it. It was like, you cosplayed as Hiccup, and I was like,
Okay.
okay, I didn't.
And?
The second movie wasn't very good, and I don't want to watch
I
it.
highly disagree with that.
I watched it. I watched the first time. I really liked it. And then the second time I watched it, and I was like, this has a pacing issue.
I will give you that. It has a pacing issue for sure. But I think the beats that it's trying to hit are really solid. The animation's solid. And, like, the characterization, I think, is an extremely strong point.
Yeah. Anyway. That's right. Higurashi.
Remember that.
Remember that? Irie began speaking to me in a softer voice.
She's in remission, but her level is still L3 negative. She was and will continue to be in a critical condition.
She's never ever going to get better?
Just with anaphylaxis, her body will be conditioned to react severely even after the foreign chemical is out of her system. In other words,
She'll never move below the level 3 stage.
yes, that's right. But it's not the end of the world. She can control it by maintaining a proper lifestyle, as well as taking some medication.
But it'll never be cured in her whole lifetime.
I looked at Satoko as she enjoyed taking her test. She seemed to be having fun, even while being teased by Takano. I can't believe that she's suffering from an incurable disease.
If you think of it in a negative way, well, you're right. But many people in the world are coping with incurable illnesses. Diabetes is a good example. The condition itself can never be cured, but the symptoms can be controlled.
True. I know that very well. There are many worse diseases in the world. Satoko might be in a relatively good situation compared to many other sick people.
Of course, I'm not giving up on her. I'll make sure that I'll cure her disease someday. I promise.
Do they say, like, what it is?
They will.
Okay.
I trust you.
Yes. Trust me.
Irie spoke to me with a serious look on his face. As Satoko's best friend, I felt relieved to hear his words. I'm sure he'll do his best to save Satoko's life. I have no doubt that he'll do so.
Pissing
I've
me
seen...
off.
What?
He's such an interesting character that's completely ruined by the, like, pedophile veneer.
Yeah. I've seen him act like this in every life I've lived. I also know why he's so passionate to save her, but I'm not supposed to know about it in this life. Because he's a pedophile. That's why I always pretend not to see his sad smile.
By the way, Rika-san, we'll be conducting another big test at the end of the month.
Am I going to be the guinea pig this time?
It's not like that. You're only helping our studies, which will save many people's lives.
Irie's guinea pig is not just Satoko. I'm also one of them. Although guinea pig is probably not the right term. Without Irie's efforts, Satoko would not be here today. For that reason, I should be showing respect to this man. I smiled at him since my choice of words had hurt his feelings.
Me. If testing me can save Satoko's life, I don't mind being a guinea pig.
Thank you for your support. I wouldn't be causing you so much trouble if I had more money and equipment. Oh,
The next moment, the phone rang. Irie answered it in his usual businesslike tone.
Moshi Moshi, this is Irie.
You have a call on the line from Tokyo. I'll transfer it to the other phone. I don't know why that's my default. Hey, I can hear the voice from the phone.
Ah, that must be Risa-san then. Is it that time of year already? I'm going to pick it up at the office. Will you transfer it there?
Who's Risa? Do we know Risa? Absolutely. Please hang up on this line in that case.
Okay. I'm sorry, Rika-san. I got a call from Tokyo.
Don't mind me.
As soon as Irie hung up the phone in the other room started ringing. He left the examination room and headed toward the office. Anyu returned to my side as soon as Irie left. Anyu doesn't like to be around me when I'm talking with Irie. Good, smart girl. I don't think she dislikes him. It's just that she doesn't really want to hear what he has to say. Smart girl! Irie doesn't mean any harm. Yes, he does. But Hanyu is often hurt by the things that come out of his mouth.
How's Satoko doing?
She's not good at spot the difference like usual. I was able to find more differences than her.
I don't care how well you did. What about Satoko?
Well.
I thought she was there to check on Satoko, but she was taking the quiz alongside her instead. That's so typical of Hanyu. She was treating it almost like a game, but Satoko was tired after taking the same quiz every week. She seemed sleepy, especially after waking up so early this morning. The quiz in this case wasn't about a right or wrong answer. It was about timing and minutes, how long it took her to answer the question, and observing how she acted during the quiz. Not all the questions would be simple ones, so Satoko often got headaches, more so than even the spelling test we take at school.
Is it almost over?
Yes, it is. The book Takano has right now is the last one.
Takano was showing a book to Satoko with abstract pictures inside. I couldn't even tell if that was supposed to be a picture. It was just a symmetrical ink stain. This is the last one. What do you think this is? Both Hanyu and I looked at the picture over Satoko's shoulders. Even I didn't know what to answer when looking at that strange ink stain. Satoko continued to think. Takano observed her, taking notes while Satoko struggled.
Yoma.
She was also timing how long it took her to answer, holding a stopwatch under the table. I spoke to Hanyu so only she could hear me.
What do you think it looks like, Hanyu?
Well... Oh! It's soft serve ice cream. It fell into the ground and ended up like this. Oh, it's been wasted.
Every time I read the ow, 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 I think of like a seal going oh, oh, oh. Hanyu the seal.
I see.
New fan art. Go.
This is a good test for understanding a person's mind.
To me, it looked like a horse mackerel that had been cut open and its guts pulled out. Oh,
Thanks,
just
Rika.
like me. Just like me, for real.
Thanks, Spoonie.
I was thinking of food too, but in a different way. It was rather shocking to learn that my thought processes are the same as Hanyu's. What does it look like to you? You don't have to think too hard. Satoko must not be very good at this test. She always takes a long time to answer questions like this.
Autistic!
What?
Autistic!
Probably. She finally opened her mouth to speak.
It's like two butterflies are on top of each other.
Two butterflies on top of each other. Tell me more about it. Are they having sex? Why are they on
Right.
top of each other? Takano, chill out.
What's
Takano,
sex?
Takano continued to take notes as Satoko spoke. Curious about what she was writing, I looked, but... Is that German? I can't read it at all. Takano is so mean.
Yoma, it's German. Read it. Find out the secrets.
It looks like a tiger in space having sex.
Stop.
They were apart for quite some time, but having finally reunited, they are excited to see each other again. I apologize.
Sorry, that was a Shattered Memories reference. I don't know if
It's
you
okay.
ever played or watched
No,
that.
I have. My stop, it was not sincere.
It's fine.
I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
No, you're doing just fine. You can just tell me whatever's on your mind. That's the whole point of this test.
Are you certain even such a strange answer is serving a purpose?
Of course. For example, take this picture. You gave me a totally different answer last year. I can tell how you've changed just by comparing how you respond.
Really, I don't like this test. What did I even say last year?
Takano smiled and took a note without answering her question. I tried to remember what her answer was, but I have more than 100 years' worth of memories in my head. Hanyu might remember better than I do. As I looked at Hanyu, I realized that she was standing there with a sad expression. I decided not to ask her. I could tell what kind of answer Satoko gave back, just by looking at Hanyu's face. Back then, last year, June 1982, that was when Satoko was being abused by her cruel aunt. Recalling that, I didn't even want to know what Satoko answered. But just a year later, the Satoko who was so worn down could no longer be seen. She became so strong. I know how difficult it was for her to stay tough and strong like this. Her growth over the past year is overwhelming to me.
Are you done with the test?
Irie returned from his office.
Yes, we are finished.
Satoko-chan is handling it a lot better now. We were done pretty quick today.
I did my best to ensure it was done with quickly. I have plans after this, so I can't see her too long.
You have something after this? Today is Sunday, right?
We're doing a club activity at Mia's uncle's toy store today.
No wonder you were so obedient with the test today. It was because you have plans. Sorry we held you so long. Well, here's your stuff, Satoko-chan.
Irie put a big paper bag on the table. He opened it up and gave her instructions about the medications. Satoko had heard the same instructions over and over before, but Irie still continued to talk just the same.
Since you're doing better, you can go back to 2 shots per day. Please give yourself a shot before lunch and before you go to bed. Make sure you change the needle every time. Don't ever use the same one twice. I'm prescribing this one in case you really need it when you're feeling sick.
Yeah, same as usual, I know.
Satoko couldn't wait to meet our friends for the club activity. It made me feel happy to see her as excited as this.
She only has to take 2 shots per day now. I'm glad.
The number of shots she has to take each day represents how well she's doing. So it's a good thing that she has to take fewer shots. So has she been sick, like, this entire, like,
The
game?
whole time.
The whole time. And we just never knew.
Yeah.
Were there, like, hints and they just beep over my head?
This is not something you really would have noticed.
Okay.
We'll understand it eventually.
Okay.
It's tough for her to give herself a shot 2 times a day.
Oh, well.
Anu grew quiet after hearing my comment.
I can't imagine having to give myself shots when I'm like 6.
Yeah! I can't imagine doing it now. Fucking, I have a shot I need to take every couple months, and they have the option to just do it yourself, and I'm like, no!
No,
I won't do that.
I'll stab an artery.
No! Irie handed her the paper bag after he finished his instructions.
Rika! At last, it's over!
Good job. You seemed anxious during the test today. Have fun with your friends.
I'm sorry I was so tense. You have my thanks for all that you've done for me.
I want to voice a sultry anime woman someday.
You're voicing her right now.
Are you going to make it on time? I can give you a ride there. Oh, I also bought a new stuffed animal. It's in my car. You can give it a name if you like.
Oh my! What sort of creature could it be?
Creature.
I wonder what I should name it. Well, what is it exactly?
It's a cat again. One with tiger stripes this time. Oh my god, it's the tiger in space!
What?
What? I think you'll like it a lot. Satsuko and Takano are good friends. They're both fond of stuffed animals. Every time Takano gets a new one, she brags about it to Satsuko. That's all they have in common, but having a friend like Takano is a special thing for Satsuko. She's part of the Hojo family, who tried to betray the village. People at the clinic are the only adults who will even talk to Satsuko.
Have fun at the club. You should suggest wearing maid uniforms for the punishment game.
No.
I have every kind and every size.
Why?
Either way, I'll see you next week.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. See you next week.
Well, let's be going. Our battle today is not only against the club members. Space. I'm itching to put my skills to the test.
I bowed slightly and made to leave the examination room, but I soon realized something. Irie was looking at me with a sad expression on his face. Just with that look, I could tell what he wanted to say. Please take care of Satsuko-chan if something happens to her. I nodded at him and stepped out into the hallway with Satsuko.
My goodness, I keep muting just as I need to voice act.
Oops.
I'm used to these tests and quizzes, but they always leave me exhausted.
You don't like taking the test?
Well, I don't, but they are my job. There's nothing I can do about that.
Satsuko is supporting Irie's research. She gets financial support by helping him out. Or at least that's what Satsuko thinks she's doing. My adult Rika voice is fluctuating, but that's okay.
It's okay, it'll settle.
Satsuko was bursting with enthusiasm, so we headed to Okinomiya at full speed. We wound up waiting for Keiichi and the other club members for a long time. We got here early, but they were late. I think they were late the last time we did this too. Did it mean that this was something that was meant to happen? It's unpleasant that I can't even change the most minor of fates. I finally saw them coming towards us on their bikes. Hello.
Hello, everyone! How utterly slow all of you are!
Satsuko acted like she was upset, but I could tell that she was pleased to see them, just the same.
Oh, Satsuko is so cute.
That's why I'll never tire of her. She's adorable.
Satsuko's behavior soothes my feelings of frustration. This is why I love Satsuko. If she was a small, fluffy animal, I would definitely keep her in a cage. That's fucked up to say, Rika.
Yes, it is. intentionally so.
Oh no!
I've been waiting for that line all this time.
No!
Rika sees Satoko as a pet.
Oh no! Rika!
Good morning, Satoko-chan and Rika-chan.
Like, she absolutely does care about her, but, like, how would you see your friends if you've seen them say everything a million times over?
Oh my god. This is
What if we did the same day, the same Higu stream for
100
100
years? Jesus fucking Christ, this is some Madoka shit. Anyway.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rika-chan. Satsuko, think fast. We've got to do this quick before the cops get here. Our goal is 1 billion yen. We're gonna steal shit.
Huh? Keiichi-san, what in the world are you talking about?
Are we late? When did you guys get here?
It didn't take too long, so we've been waiting here a while. Mion and Rena know that Satoko gets a checkup every Sunday at the clinic. Sorry about that. Kei-chan didn't show up on time, so that's why we're late.
You.
Not Keiichi. So he's the reason they're always late.
That's not really surprising. Nippa!
Alright, everybody, let's go.
Nippa!
Call to action.
Nippa!
There we go. That's better. Wait a minute. Am I the bad guy here? Am I the baddie?
Of course! Of all the club members, you're the only one who can play the villain. Shut up, Rika.
Shut up, Rika. I'm trying to speak. What's that supposed to mean? You better watch your mouth. Keiichi and Satoko messed around with each other. Fight.
They killed each other.
They killed each other. Satoko acted like she was crying, and Rena punched Keiichi, knocking him out cold. They're so violent. It's just like Rule X. No!
The brain worms are setting in.
Oh
Yes!
no, the brainworms!
Yes!
The violence! It was the same old situation they always got into. I can watch this sort of thing forever. It's like having a glass of cold milk after taking a hot bath.
That does sound good as shit.
I can never win against her.
You should get up and move before she cracks your front teeth.
We all laughed at him and finished greeting each other. Ha 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 ha!
They're as lively as always.
Nothing's more precious than one's health.
You're sounding like an old lady, Rika.
Shut up, who cares what you think? Fuck you. Fuck you!
I love how antagonistic she is to Hanyu. I love
I'm
it.
not going to eat any sweets if you keep on saying things like that. Anu seemed to be getting more depressed than usual. I should stop teasing her so much. It was a joke. Will you get off of me?
I'm sorry.
Hanyu loves sweet treats. She especially loves cake and ice cream. Since she can't eat anything, she has to depend on me when it comes to that. In other words, whatever I eat, Hanyu can taste too. Even if Hanyu craves something, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything if I don't eat it. In other words, I have total control of what she eats.
How you feeling about that theory now?
About, like...
The idea that Hanyu is the one possessing Rika.
Well, that's not necessarily, like... I wasn't thinking that Hanyu was in control of her, but I was thinking that Hanyu was, like, part of her. Like, a spirit that only, like, lived in her head, you know?
Okay, then you're right about that. So yeah.
Then I think, yeah, no, this is basically what, like, in line with, like,
I was misinterpreting what you meant.
No, that totally understandable because I said she was possessed by her.
Ad starts in 5 minutes. We have no way to snooze. Deal with it.
Deal with it. Deal with it. I mean, if we find a stopping point within 5 minutes, then we can do that, but
Yeah, right.
that's why it's fun to tease her with saying that I'll eat and what I won't. What I'll eat and what I won't. It's almost as fun as teasing Satsuko.
How? You seem to be in a good mood today, Rika-chan. I want to take you home.
You'll be arrested if you do that, you know?
Hey, Mion, the store owner is calling you.
Rika, did you hear? There's gonna be a prize for the club activity today.
I remember. Mion was going to be paying 50,000 yen out of her pocket as a prize. I couldn't believe she could just afford that. It's like $500, I think.
Something like that.
50? 50,000 yen?
Obviously,
Yeah,
it's different accounting for like the time difference.
it's probably $1,000 then.
Yeah.
And therefore, I have to assume that she has some kind of guarantee that she won't lose.
And you know what it is? It's 50,000 yen! 50,000 yen!
Satsuko stared at me. Oh no. She was expecting me to be surprised to hear that the prize was 50,000 yen. It's natural to be surprised after hearing that sum, but I didn't react because I already knew it. Perhaps I gave the impression that I've known it for a long time.
Keiichi-san, isn't it amazing that the prize is 50,000 yen?
50,000 yen? What the heck is that? That's like 5 years worth of the Keiichi GNP. Satsuko said the same thing to Keiichi. She probably assumed that I wasn't listening to her, so she decided to talk to Keiichi instead. Oh, there were dots. I didn't even see them.
Oh, wow.
That was just a small mistake. I'm fine. If I give 50,000 yen, I can get a lifetime supply of soy sauce.
Wait, whatever would you buy soy sauce with a prize like that?
Because a certain someone always gives me a dirty look when I ask her to go and get soy sauce from the store. Nipa!
Call to action.
Like the call to action.
You're so mean, Rika.
How much soy sauce do you think you can even get for 50,000 yen? Man, I want to see. Keiichi joined the conversation, which finally brought us back to our normal pace. In order to pursue a greater happiness, I need to sacrifice a smaller one. In a perfect world, Rika Furude was supposed to be surprised to hear from her best friend that the prize was 50,000 yen. But I already knew that. I knew it from my previous lives, so all I could do was give her a boring reaction. I can't be surprised at the big prize of 50,000 yen. I can't give her the reaction that she expects from me. I am losing the ability to be surprised by life. And after the continual repetition of small incidents like this, there will be nothing left that I can find interesting. I'll have nothing to be surprised about. I'll never be impressed with anything. Eventually, I'll lose my emotions entirely. That's why I'm always trying to be careful. I make sure I act like Rika Furude who doesn't know anything. Even though I may not be impressed, as a young girl, Rika Furude should be impressed with many things. Rika Furude is supposed to act excited when she encounters something for the first time. I try to, at least. But the more and more I try, the more I feel like Rika Furude is someone very distant. Cal, are you muted?
No.
Okay.
It's a line.
Yeah, it said Rika for Hanyu.
Rika.
I'm sorry. I know I'm only wasting my lifespan by feeling depressed like this. I should enjoy this life.
I don't mean my lifespan, literally. I'm not referring to my physical lifespan, but my mental one. The more and more I repeat the same days, the more I lose. From wonder to passion, and eventually my life will become like an overplayed videotape. If I'm tired of that tape, I have a choice to close my eyes and sleep. By the time I wake up, the video should be over. But in reality, my life is not a beat-up old videotape. If I close my eyes and sleep, that would be my death. When my mental lifespan is over, Rika Furude will turn into a doll who can't even move a finger by her own will. When that happens, my pursuit of happiness will be over. There's an ad coming up, chat. You can subscribe if you don't want ads. Yippee. Anyway, I don't want that to happen. It's been at least 100 years, if not more. I've been stuck in this living hell for so long. I don't want my life to end here.
Sorry. I'm fine now. You must find it funny that I'm complaining about only a century.
Oh, well, I've grown used to this fate by now.
Huh. Alright. I'm fine. I'm Rika Furude. I'm Rika Furude. If I don't stay focused on being Rika Furude, I'm afraid I might end up showing my true self inside of that shell. Rika Furude is supposed to be a cute and innocent little girl, after all. Okay, I'm going back to the scene where Rika goes up to Rena with the shot, with the syringe.
Mhm.
That was Rika in that moment. It wasn't Hanyu. It was Rika just showing her true colors and being honest about who she was.
Remember when Rika turned on Keiichi?
When? Which chapter?
When he admitted to her that he'd gone into the ritual storehouse and done a bad thing with Shion, and she said, well, you may as well just give up on this world then.
Thank you for the gift sub. Appreciate that. I vaguely remember that. That was a while ago.
It was a while ago.
But yeah, that's the moments where Rika gets kind of scary. That's just her like dropping her facade. I did originally think it was Hanyu because I didn't know what Hanyu was like at all.
No, for sure.
So
Hanyu is just a sad girl. She's just a sad girl.
she's just a girl failure. Just girly things. Rika Furude is supposed to be a cute and innocent little girl, after all.
Me. What would you buy if you got 50,000 yen, Rena?
I wonder if I can buy the Kenta-kun doll. Do you think they'll sell it to me if I give 50,000 yen to the fried chicken store? How?
Do you think they'd do it? If, like, you went into, like, a fast food restaurant and, like, asked for their sign when you had, like, $50,000, do you think they'd do it? I'd do it. I'd quit on the spot.
Yeah.
I'd give them the sign forever.
I just want to point out that cooler in the back says juice.
Only juice. No water, no milk allowed.
Juice
only.
They also have ramune at the bottom there. Did you know
Oh, cute.
that ramune is just like a kind of like a what is the word? Romaji version of lemonade?
No.
It's ramune.
Oh, I hear it. I hear it.
Ramunedo. They just took out the
Yeah.
It's more it like a more accurate would be remonedo, but
Yeah.
it's just kind of like a bastardization.
No, but I can hear how he got there.
Yeah, no, like that's where the word came from is lemonade, because
While
back
we're still talking. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Go on.
no, go ahead.
While we're still talking about this background,
Mhm.
I have never in my life wanted a toy more than those like hanging monkeys or something from the ceiling. You can only really see a bit of them, but like they're obviously like on a swing or something,
Mhm.
and they're so cute. Even just this little glimpse of them is so cute.
It looks like the little creature from Avatar: The Last Airbender that I forget the name of.
Oh, Momo.
Momo, that's it. Momo.
Yes, I see it.
Welcome back from the ad. I've just been talking about how when Rika turns evil, that's her showing her true colors. And originally, I thought it was her demon possessing her. So, I wasn't 100% right, but I was right that there was like some sort of creature that only Rika can see that possesses,
Yeah.
like not possesses, but is like inhabits the same
psyche of.
inhabits the same vessel is what I mean.
Yes.
Put respect on Momo's name. I'm sorry, I forgot.
I do.
All right, let's continue.
I think it'd be easier for you to buy the tools and wheelbarrow to steal the doll.
I bet Rena-san could break the chain with her bare hands if she wanted to.
She gnaws through it with her teeth.
I agree on that one.
Oh, you're all so mean.
And thus we rejoin the typical flow of conversation naturally. Once I enter that flow, it's not hard for me to continue as Rika Furude. Being Rika Furude is like flying a kite for me.
Once it's up in the air, it can stay in the sky for a while. But if something happens and it loses control, it's one heck of a challenge to get it back on track. Every time it tries to get back up in the air, the kite gets dragged on the ground and wears out. I'm exactly like that.
I'm like gonna fucking cry. The depersonalization of Rika Furude breaks my heart.
Mm-hmm. Finally, Mion started clapping her hands to get everyone's attention. I already knew the rules. The members will be broken into 5 different groups, and each group plays a game that they choose together. I was secretly hoping that Mion would change the rules for some reason. There's nothing more boring than to already know what was going to happen. Honestly, you know how often we have skipped through like the a lot of these types of scenes because we're bored of it.
Do that.
What?
Rika
Well,
can't do that.
no. I'm saying all those times that we did that, it was like what Rika was feeling.
Yes. Yes. I
So-
think it's very intentional, but I don't blame anyone who skips those scenes because, like, they're not contributing to a wider narrative. It's just kind of a realization of, oh, right.
Yeah, no, like, so I feel like all those like scenes are intentionally like grating, especially since we've seen them so many times. Like, so we know what Rika feels like at this point.
Mhm.
Rika and Hanyu is a type of streamer in chat.
True. You're all our Hanyus.
Chat, you're Hanyu!
Everyone go, ow, 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 right now.
Oh, whoa. Is there a clip I could use of her going, oh, whoa, whoa?
Oh, absolutely. I will get that to you, and we will have that for next stream.
Yes! Oh, whoa. Is that what she sounds like? I imagine that's what she sounds like.
It's
Or is
like,
it-
"Oh, oh, oh,
Is it? Oh, like a more like meandery.
It's like meant to be baby noises.
So-
Kinda.
It's kind of like the Chow from Sonic
oh,
when they start drowning.
Yes, everyone, yes.
Yes. There's this post on Tumblr, and I'm gonna say this and then I'll get back on track. I swear, ADHD is a bitch. But there's this post on there's this post on Tumblr that's like, people say they have free will people say they have free will and then they do exactly what my spores tell them to, and then I tag.
That's how I feel every day.
And I tagged it like me with chat.
What are her
Constantly.
stats? Will Hanyu be good in the race? Well, like, fucking Uma Musume? What's that about? What are you talking about? What race?
It's a Chow joke.
Unrelated, but you roll your R's really nicely. Who?
Both of us. Maybe. I don't know. But who?
I can definitely roll my R's.
I can roll my R's. I can speak Spanish as well. But there's a specific
I'd
way
pity
that
anyone who can't roll their R's.
they roll their R's a very specific way in Japanese.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. Mion can be very capricious. She really might change the rules.
Yeah, but it seems like she's been planning this game for several days already.
A strong will can be fated too, huh? Normally, when we're doing club activities, Mion decides what to play at the last minute. She opens her locker and randomly decides what game to play. For that reason, our club activities are rarely repeated throughout my lives. That's why I'm never bored with them. But, just as Hanyu said, today's event was something that Mion had been planning for a while. I was certain she wouldn't suggest anything spontaneously today. In that case, this won't be up to random chance. Mion had only one idea in her mind. Therefore, it was equivalent to destiny. Although her idea of having this event in the toy store is actually a spontaneous one. In all the lives I've repeated, there's a very low chance for this event to occur.
You shouldn't expect anything to be too different. Or to be different at all, even.
I gotta say, like, this, like, plot point, like, is very meta. As,
It
like,
is.
because this is a fucking video game. So, like, it's incredible. Like, that the fact that there's, like, RNG in this, like, universe is incredibly cool. I really like it. I'm not expecting it.
Of course, I was just lying now. I was hoping that Mion would suggest a new rule for this game. If it was the same rules again, I'd be suffering for a few minutes while I listened to her instructions. Nothing is more frustrating than walking the same path over and over again. Please, Mion. Please change my fate. Please.
First, we're going to be divided into 5 different groups. The winner from each table.
It was the same rules after all.
Sorry, I was holding on to a small hope.
Small hopes will hurt you, Rika.
You're right. You've told me so many times, but I never learn.
Hanyu has taught me so many times. She taught me the trick to swimming in the flow of destiny. The flow of destiny is just like a river's. By going with the flow, I can swim the direction I want to some extent, but of course, trying to swim against the flow requires great effort. Allowing myself to drift causes the least amount of strain. Of course, some strong currents are impossible to resist, even with great effort. If I recklessly try to resist without realizing it's impossible, then I'll only wear myself out needlessly, just as if fighting a river's current. So Hanyu taught me to read those currents, which is why I should have easily imagined that the rules would be the same the moment I learned Mion had planned today's event in advance. Yet I still wish the rules would be different. A completely wasteful action. In the end, my hopes were betrayed and they didn't even matter, only leaving my heart worn out. And things like that cause me to separate further from Rika Furute. Eventually, I'll grow tired of everything, lose all interest, and die.
A fate which can't be fought, must be accepted.
I know you can read the flow of destiny, Rika.
You're right. My lifespan's already growing short. I should treasure what I have left.
I sighed and pretended as though I was listening to what Mion was explaining. What's wrong, Rika-chan? Are you bored? Keiichi surprised me all of a sudden.
Are you talking to me?
This had never happened before, so I thought he was talking to someone else. But it seemed like Keiichi really was talking to me. Yeah. You've looked bored ever since this morning. Are you sleepy from waking up too early?
I was just thinking that I've already done this before.
No one would understand what I mean anyway. But Keiichi might. And so I told him how I honestly felt. Huh? Are you serious? No wonder Mion seems so used to this. I'm looking forward to it, since it's my first time, though. I envied him for feeling that way. I sighed, knowing that I never will. I understand how frustrating it is to hear the same instructions over and over again. I went to cram school once and studied ahead a lot there. I remember how much I hated hearing the same lectures in school. Keiichi didn't understand me, but I'm glad that at least he understood how frustrating it was to repeat the same situation.
I'm the same. I'm frustrated at school, too.
What? Are you really? You always seem so happy. Rika Furude is supposed to be happy at school. That's why I act that way.
Hearing the same things over and over again is like torture.
It's easy for me to change what Satoko cooks for dinner. I can simply volunteer to cook instead of her, but I can't change what the teacher teaches at school every day. I have no choice but to be quiet and listen to her lecture. Yeah, there's nothing you can really do. You can't just tell the teacher to move on because you already know what she's teaching you. But this is a different story. It's a game.
It is a game, but it's already predetermined.
There are no predetermined deaths. Just kidding. You don't know that.
You're thinking in the right direction.
I am! But I was also quoting Half-Life VR AI.
Oh.
Sorry. There are no predetermined deaths. You don't know that. After all, we're being split into 5 tables by drawing lots, right? Plus, each group gets to choose what game their table plays. There's no way to predict what games will be... Alright, hang on. Let me take a sip of water. Stumbling
take,
over
a
my
break to
words.
discuss and reset your brain.
What?
Do you want to like take a break to discuss stuff and reset your brain?
Maybe. Maybe let's get through this conversation if it's not too much longer. There's no way to predict what games we'll do battle over, or what exciting turnabouts await us today.
But I can make a good guess.
No, you can't. Keiichi, no, bitch, no, you can't. Keiichi smiled as he contradicted me. That smile seemed so ignorant to me.
While the groups will be decided by drawing lots, each club member will be in a different group. Keiichi, you will be sitting over there. My table will be right there. I'll be playing a fishing game. You'll be playing a game called The Game of Life.
I love that game. I don't know how, but last time we were broken into 5 separate groups. It couldn't have been a coincidence. I'm sure Mion did something to ensure it would end up like that. I'm 100% sure. As for the games we play, I'm not totally sure, but if each member in the group follows the same thinking patterns, they'll probably end up making the same choices. If you roll dice many times, you begin to approach the average. Oh!
Oh!
Graceless in execution!
Welcome,
Hello.
everybody. We're discussing the horrors.
We're discussing the horrors. Welcome, everybody. I'm here with my friend Dog Cal. Dog Cal. Cal the dog.
I like that it implies the existence of a cow that's not a dog.
Cal that's not a dog. Meowdy! Welcome in, everybody. How was Caves of Cud? Is that how you say that? Cud?
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
Cud.
Cud. Okay. How was that? So, I wanna be absolutely real. We are in chapter 7 of Higurashi. If you have never read Higurashi, you are going to be very lost. Or if you haven't seen or read the previous chapters, you will be very lost. And if you're okay with that, well, welcome in. But if you would rather keep things unspoiled, that is totally understandable. If you would rather sit this one out, that's okay. But hello, I am Spoonie the Spooky Cat. I stream primarily horror games over here. I say that, and tomorrow I'm going to be streaming me drawing along to Bob Ross in MS Paint. So I also do silly things like that.
That's a type of horror too.
That is a type of horror, honestly. We find the horrors in everything. So if you like all things wacky, weird, creepy, and wet, you're in the right place. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing your community with me, Graceless in Execution. Can I call you, like, Graceless? Is that okay? Would you be okay with that? Thank you for the follow. I love being very lost on purpose. That's awesome, and I can honestly kind of understand that. Sometimes I will start watching something in the very middle of it and be like, this looks interesting. I'm gonna go back and watch this. I actually did that with Severance. I saw the first, like, the beginning of the 2nd season of Severance, and I went, this looks dope as hell. I'm gonna watch this show. Grace, got it. I will try to remember that in the future. Cause it's all about getting lost. It sounds great. Meowdy. Meowdy, everybody. Well, if you gotta take a break, Grace, please go do so. I'm doing thumbs up right now. You can't see it, but welcome in, everybody.
I can see it because I'm special.
You can see it with your special eyes, with your special dog eyes.
Mm-hmm. Bark.
Bark. All right, we're gonna jump back into this kind of sad and emotional scene. So, my brand. Okay, you knew my reference. I'm so happy. You guys are
Maybe
already...
that should be like our threshold for
yeah.
If knowing someone's over 18 or not. Do you know that reference?
What? Hello?
Like, if you know the My Brand reference, that will determine whether or not you're over 18 and can thus attend the stream.
Oh, I get what you're saying now. Yeah. If you... Well, is that like a... Because, like, not everybody had that error on TV, probably.
Well, sure, but it was a joke, so...
I know. I was taking it a little too seriously. All right.
See, it was this thing called a funny, a giggle.
A funny, a giggle, a laugh. Funny. No, I have my test to see whether somebody's a Zoomer or a millennial is, do you remember 9/11?
Well, I'm a Zoomer.
Yeah, because you don't remember 9/11.
I do.
How? Weren't you like an infant?
I was 1.
You have memories
I
from when you were 1?
distinctly remember being in my cot, and I
don't
obviously
remember.
at the time I didn't know what was going on. I just remember my grandma like being really distressed, and I remember her calling my mother in, who I presume was in another room doing something else, and they both looked really, really scared. And I think that's probably why that memory imprinted on me, because the people in my life
Bro,
who took care of me were terrified.
I don't have any memories from being that young. I don't have any memories. I think the earliest memories I can grasp are like from being 3, maybe. That's crazy, dude. What?
If it helps, my earliest memory beyond that is from 8 years old.
Damn. That's honestly wild. That's
Any other memory I have from being like 5 or in that general age range is a memory of a memory.
Yeah. God damn. That. Okay. I am just blown away by your brain. God damn. Dude. Okay. Shall we continue the Higurashi count?
No!
8th birthday. No way! Fucking crazy. My god. I love the conversation that this ends up like producing every time I bring up, do you remember 9/11? And everybody tells me how they remember 9/11. And I'm like, yeah, that's how it goes. It's always funny. Okay. If you roll dice many times, you begin to approach the average. One person's spontaneous act can be random, but multiple people's thoughts can be averaged out for the most part. The more people that are involved, the more difficult it is to alter the path of fate. That's why I'm pretty sure that we'll end up playing the same games. Eiichi seemed surprised to hear my prediction. What the hell? Is that like a premonition? A deadly one? How can I be so sure?
That's what fate is all about.
Fate, huh? That makes me want to smash that fate into pieces. That's the spirit, Keiichi! He smiled at me again. I knew that he was just smiling without reason, but I felt a small hope from him. After all, Keiichi really did shatter fate before. But that was just a miracle that happened in my previous life. I couldn't expect him to do the same in this one. Otherwise, I would be worn down by my high expectations again. Alright. There are so many characters that are me. Would you like to take narration? Cal? Okay. I just feel like I've been like the only one speaking and I don't want to take all the spotlight. Alright, we're going to decide our groups by drawing lots from this box. The club members go first. Or you?
Neon drew first, then Satoko followed. The results were the same as the last time.
I really don't want to fight against a club member at the very start. I'm sorry if we get the same group, Rika-chan.
Don't worry. Your table is over there. Mine is right here.
Whatever you say. You watch.
Keiichi looked upset.
See? My predictions are always right.
It was a 20% chance. Anyone can make a random guess.
Keiichi told me that it was just a coincidence.
Then what if I predicted my seat right too? What's the percentage for that?
It's 20 of 20, so 4%. I'll believe you if you get it right with a percent that low.
Keiichi grinned at me, believing such a chance is impossible.
It's your turn now, Rika-chan.
Mion handed me the box of slips. No matter what I did, I'd be getting that table. There was a reason behind it. Mion was doing something to make sure that we all get a different table. I thought about why Mion would do that. With the information I've gathered about Mion over many years, I could see her reasoning.
She probably thinks that she'll feel bad if a member loses in the first stage.
You're right.
You're right.
Oh. If the club members are in the same group, someone will have to lose.
If everyone was in a different group, we'd all have a chance to move on to the second stage. That's why she was controlling this draw. I put my hand inside of the box. I could feel several folded pieces of paper inside it. But if you thought for a moment, it was odd. No matter which one I chose, I'd never get any other table. I wonder how she's making it so you sit at that last table.
Me too. Only Mio knows. All I know is that no matter which paper I choose, I'll be sitting at that last table.
I got it. All the papers in this box are the same?
They must be. I bet Mion set some kind of trap on this box.
It was probably a box for a magic show or something. There could be a kind of gimmick inside the box, and she can switch what's inside of it. Depending on who's drawing the paper, she'd change out the lots and control the results. I didn't know exactly how, but I was sure she was doing something. I didn't even need to know how she was doing it. The most important thing was why.
Me. I don't know which one to pick. No matter which one you pick, your fate is already decided.
She was admitting it herself. I was certain then. Based on what I felt inside, there were less than 10 pieces of paper inside this box. In other words, there were hidden pieces of paper that I couldn't touch somewhere inside the box. I smiled at Mion as I figured out her trick, but she had no clue why I was smiling.
I'm taking this one. Sure. Let me see. Aha! Wow, the club members are all divided into separate groups.
Mion behaved as though this were news to her. She's such an actress. The other contestants made a dissatisfied noise. They'd have to face a club member no matter which table they got. Keiichi was surprised too. And not only because we were divided.
See? Our fate is already decided.
I smiled at him in return. Keiichi was in denial for a moment, but then he smiled back at me.
The possibility was 1 in 25. I'm impressed.
It was not. I predicted that Mion and Satoko would be at a different table, so the possibility was even lower than that. Keiichi understood that. But normal people like him can't understand the meaning of fate. That's why he put it off as a coincidence. But Keiichi, what if my prediction is right about what game you'll be playing? The possibility would be 1 in billions. There are a lot of games in this store. What if that prediction is right too? Will he still believe it's just a coincidence? I stayed quiet in my seat and waited to see what game my group was going to decide on. They were going to choose the fishing game. I can't expect them to choose anything other than that.
I can't have high expectations. Otherwise, I'll be hurt again.
One of the boys stood up. He walked toward the shelf full of games and picked up one box. He lifted the box above his head and turned around so he could show it to us. I closed my eyes as he did so, but I could still hear what he was saying.
Check this out! Do you guys remember this? We should play this one. You want to be
Yeah!
Yeah.
It's the one with the spinning fish, right?
I love that game.
I could taste the bitter chemicals from my brain in my mouth. I clenched my knit lips and tried to ignore the numbing feeling. Oh,
I'm sorry. I guess I'm not doing well today. For some reason, I can't just accept this flow.
It wasn't because I wasn't feeling well, of course.
So Hanyu can...
Chuckling at over there.
What?
Fucking totally not named Dan.
You did slip up a little bit, but I wasn't gonna say anything.
Wow, calling me out my lack of voice acting talent, huh, Dan? Real nice of you.
So rude. Just showed up, making fun of you. Joking, keep going.
So imperious.
Yeah.
It was because of my emotions.
Entertain me, guest.
Our powers are getting weaker, and we can only rewind about 2 weeks of our lives. I was feeling that the end was near for us. In order for me to change my tragic fate, I need more time to prepare. But I can only go back 2 weeks. That means my power to resist my fate has significantly weakened. Even if I become as weak and small as a leaf in the river, I should be able to do something in order to change my path. But if I can only go back to the point where I'm getting ready to be swallowed into the whirlpool, there's no chance for me to escape it. I lived for so long, believing that I could eventually escape my fate and survive. I believed that I had a chance at every moment of every life I lived. There are limits to those chances. There are so many limits in repeated lives, and perhaps this might be my last chance. That may be why I'm feeling so restless. Stop it, Rika. The harder you think about it, the worse it'll be on your mind.
So Hanyu can like feel and probably hear all of Rika's thoughts.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
I know. Just be quiet already.
My brain was numb, as if surrounded by a gray mist. I was inside the crowded toy store, but felt very far away from everyone else. The tighter I closed my eyes and the harder I clenched my teeth, the emptier my head became. No. Rika? Rika? Are you okay?
Yeah, Hanyu, stop backseating Rika's mind. Stop.
Panic attack. As I tried to focus, I became conscious again. Hanyu looked at me with concern. I tend to lose my mind easily right after coming back from death. I usually have more time to relax and get used to my new life. But I have no time for that now. The Watanagashi festival is only 2 weeks away. I can't just relax and wait for myself to get used to things. Don't be a wimp, Rika. Don't be a wimp. Fight against fate. But even if I do, that fate always betrays me and I grieve. What if I did the opposite? What if I didn't fight against fate? A few weeks after the Watanagashi festival of 1983, I will die because I'm fated to do so. Fight. Don't fight, fight, 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 don't fight. As I repeat the same words, they started to lose all meaning. I felt like I was chanting something. I bit my tongue in my mind and forced myself to stop thinking about it. I was calming down a little bit. When I opened my eyes, I saw the fishing game right in front of me, as well as my pole. Someone placed it there while I had my eyes closed. It was as if I was seeing the immovable reality of fate right in front of me. It felt like a final verdict to me. What do you think, Keiichi? This is what fate is all about. Do I want to earn his agreement or his sympathy? I stood up and walked towards Keiichi's table. His group couldn't decide on a game, so the store owner was deciding for them. Just like the last time. The store owner will pick the game of life.
It's kind of unfair to play a game that your opponent chooses. We couldn't decide on anything because we kept refusing each other's suggestions. Has your table decided on what to play?
You can see it for yourself.
He looked at my table and saw the fishing game there. Keiichi was surprised to see that my prediction was right again. He also remembered that I predicted his game too.
So you're saying that the owner is going to bring out the game of life, just as you predicted?
I'm pretty good at predicting things. Nippa!
It's fine.
It's time, chat.
Nippa!
Are you serious? Alright, I'll believe you if he really brings us the game of life.
You bet. Your group is going to play the game of life. Oh, shit.
Fine. I'm willing to bet you. Don't you cheat and talk him into it!
He wants you to play a game he has a lot of, so he'll be bringing that one out.
I remember it was covered in dust when he gave it to them last time. Since we had to buy the game if we lost, he was trying to sell products he had surplus of. Therefore, he won't be choosing any game at random. He'll be looking for one with bad sales, with a strong will to do so. That will of his is going to make the pull of fate all the stronger. In that sense, there's no guarantee that he'd be choosing the game of life specifically. He might choose something else that's also overstocked. The owner finally reappeared with a box covered in dust.
Whoa.
See? I told you so.
He has a game of life box in his hands. The part of me that hoped it wouldn't be the game of life tasted bitterness at the betrayal, but the cynical part of me expected it to happen and found it amusing that way. I felt like my personality was twisting more and more.
Why did you pick that game?
Huh? Well, I just picked it at random. I found it in the pile of inventory I have in the back. It's not like I brought it the most beat up one. When he heard that the owner chose the game randomly, Keiichi shrugged his shoulders in confusion. That must be his way of surrendering.
Hey, Rika-chan, is this really a prediction? You're on that shit. Well, some old people from the village once told me that you're the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. They told me that you have special powers. I'm being overcome by the Nippa. They said your predictions are always accurate. Is that really true?
I was surprised that Keiichi actually believed the superstitious stories he had heard from the elderly villagers. Sorry, I couldn't tell who was speaking there because there was Rika over the screen.
It's really fun. It's just really funny to continue to take things seriously as the Nippas go.
I just know that which is destined to happen. To make it clearer, it's because I've already witnessed this world once before.
Damn. I can't even make fun of you.
Keiichi seemed like he was just fooling around. He probably only thinks I'm goofing around and acting haughty because my random predictions all came true. I had hope for him. I thought the owner might bring a different game because Keiichi once had the power to change fate. But that didn't happen. I'm not surprised. But I felt betrayed again. Huh. It hurts.
I won the bet.
I speak to Keiichi sarcastically. I wanted him to understand that no one can change the path of fate. However, Keiichi did nothing but smile.
Don't get carried away, Rika-chan. Don't just say that you can read the future. For a guy, words like destiny and fate mean a lot more than you think. They're not things you can figure out that easily.
Me?
I had no idea what he was trying to say, but he made me nervous. It wasn't a scary feeling. No, it was closer to hope.
You said it was fate that the owner would choose the game of life. I have to admit that your prediction was correct. But you also said something else.
What did I say?
You said I was fated to play it. Oh. Shit.
Yes. It was indeed his fate. Fate can change sometimes with uncertainty and time. The possibility that it would change in this situation was very slight. I doubted that anything would turn out differently.
In that case, I'll change that fate.
Keiichi stood up in a hurry.
Oop.
Then he started talking to Tomita and Okamura, his group members.
Sorry, but I own that game at home. I know every little rule about it.
What? Is that true?
Yep. So, that's won't be a fair game for us to play. Sir, I'm sorry, but can you give us a different game?
Sure. I'll bring you guys a different one. The owner picked up the Game of Life again and took it back into storage. As I remained there in shock, he returned with a game called Pop-Up Pirate.
That sounds
I know that
fun.
one.
How about this one?
Oh, that's the one where we stab a knife inside the barrel.
What do you think, guys? This is a fair game, isn't it? Isn't this music beautiful? Wow. Yeah, the rules are simple enough. Let's play that one.
I hate
We've-
this Okamura sprite. He's supposed to be pudgy.
He's pudgy in anime standards.
Yeah.
We've got a deal now. We're going to play Pop-Up Pirate.
Keiichi winked at me as I stood there with my mouth open. It looked like he had just forcefully changed my prediction. But for me, it's not that simple. It was supposed to be fate. That's why the owner brought the Game of Life to their table. They were supposed to play that game. That's what happened the last time. That's what's supposed to happen. But he just changed that fate in front of my eyes like it was nothing. It's as if someone asked me to stand an egg on its side. And as I struggled to do so, Keiichi forcefully cracked the egg and made it stand up in front of me. Don't analyze that analogy. I should have had a far greater power than Keiichi, but why was I feeling so weak? Was it because I wasn't trying to fight against fate so I wouldn't get hurt? Because I was going with the flow without trying too hard? What was I thinking?
You looked so bored just a few minutes ago. I know why. You didn't want to play the fishing game, did you?
Yeah. I'm not going to hide it anymore.
Then that's easy.
So I'm a witch who's been living for more than 100 years? So I thought I was better than everyone just because I can see the paths of fate? That's stupid. I really am so stupid. Keiichi tapped me on the back. He was urging me to return to my table. The sensation of his touch filled up my heart with emotion. I wasn't going to stand idly by anymore. I thought I couldn't cheat fate. I thought 2 weeks wasn't enough. But Keiichi just defied his fate in a matter of 5 minutes.
I feel bad for the fishies when I play the fishing game. I want to play something else.
The other people at my table looked at me with confused expressions. Their reactions were scaring me. Right at that moment, I could really feel that I was facing the impenetrable wall of fate. Even so, I have nothing to be scared of.
Is that the owner?
Sure. What game do you want to play? We'll play whatever you want. They accepted my suggestion and gave up on the fishing game so easily. That's right. I used to be much more aggressive before. But I became so tired and bitter and mean. I gave in to fate. But I'm not going to yield anymore. Keiichi taught me that. He didn't have any memories from his previous life, but Keiichi was still Keiichi. He'd never give in to fate.
For the first time in a long while, I feel motivated to fight. If I want to, I can change destiny in 5 minutes. And I have 2 whole weeks to work with. I'm different now. I'm going to fight against fate.
Let's do our best.
The key change.
In contrast to my motivation, Hanya was wearing a sad expression.
All her friends. They have no idea what's going on. The music was so perfect.
Yeah.
Aw.
My friends!
I see. We can't hold you here if you have to go help your uncle.
Yeah, it's a pretty small store after all. But you know, couldn't he have guessed that if he did a bargain sale, his place would be packed? I can't believe he's selling a carton of eggs for only 10 yen.
As we were getting ready to move on to the next stage, Mion got a call from work. This was fated to happen too. If I was still feeling depressed, I would have been disgusted with the situation. But after learning what it felt like to change fate, I was in a good mood. Keiichi and Mion seemed like they kept regretting that they weren't able to settle the match. They really are such good friends.
They're so in love.
They're so close! I feel kind of jealous. How?
Don't worry, you'll be in the polycule.
We really don't have any other boys his age in our class, do we? I suppose Mion-san is something like a male friend to Keiichi-san.
Yes!
Yes, I forgot we had the how.
I forgot too.
But Mi-chan is a girl. I'll figure it out in a few years. She can't be another guy for him. Of course I know that. But when they're together, they look like two boys hanging out. Satoko gets it.
Satoko gets it. Satoko gets it.
Rena and Satoko enjoyed the lingering excitement of the day as they watched Mion and Keiichi happily goof off. The next moment, the owner came out from the store. Thank you for today, everyone. You brought me a lot of customers. He was holding 4 paper bags in his hand. I remember, he gave us gifts as a reward for today. I think there were dolls inside. Here are your rewards for today.
Hey, Uncle Yoshiro. Don't I get one?
He was giving them only to us. Mion didn't get anything because she's a family member. That's what happened last time, too. Oh, look! Look! Something cute is inside! Satoko let out a cheer of joy as she saw a cute doll inside of her bag. Rena reacted the same way. Oh, I'm sorry if my voice fluctuated. I pulled my leg into a weird position and that hurt so bad.
Oh no!
2 seconds.
Oh no! Cal is dying. It's okay though. Because
It's okay!
it's okay. Because we have how.
Oh. I'm okay now. Wow! This is so cute! I can take it home with me? Really? I'll put it on my fucking dumpster pile.
Yes! Did I get one too? Wow. Look at this cute doll.
Keiichi got a gorgeous, expensive-looking doll. You should keep that, Keiichi. Worth like $18 million in 20 years.
Yep.
It was by far the best one. It was adorable even to my eyes. Have you ever seen how much like authentic porcelain dolls can go for with collectors?
I haven't.
Shit scares the shit out of me.
Terrifying.
It's so much money. Satoko, Rena, and Mion were feeling the same way.
Me, 7 chapters deep into Higurashi, trying to explain to people why little girl chooses to play different board game than usual is making me sob like a weird baby. Yeah, I imagine
You're so right.
Imagine if anybody's here and like doesn't know like all the shit we've been through. That scene was insane.
Kei-chan got the one that fits him the least.
Mion started making fun of him right away. She was only saying that because she was jealous that Keiichi got a doll that she really wanted.
This is pretty and cute. I can admit that, but it's not really my type of toy. Give it to Mion!
Yeah, people will think you're a pervert if you carry that thing around.
I wouldn't say that.
Mion just can't be honest with herself. It was obvious that she was just trying to make him give up the doll so she could have it herself. She should just admit that and ask Keiichi for it. But that's the cute side of Mion. I bet Keiichi can never understand that. Keiichi can't keep the doll after receiving that much bullying from Mion. He was thinking about who he should give it to. He probably didn't want to give it to Mion. Time froze for a moment. Hanyu whispers something in my ear. Rika? Do you remember?
Yes.
Oh! It didn't give me the option to highlight the better option.
I'm looking it up. I think I know what's right, but I'm making sure.
I'm pretty sure it's the top one. I don't want to play a video game. I want to pick the right option. I want to read a book.
It's your future, says Space. I know that reference. I understand.
Oh.
Play 100 Line. Everyone play 100 Line right now.
Go with my gut, but wait, do you get...
No, I agree. Go with your gut.
I'm gonna advise him. Do you want me to take over narration now that, like, my characters have, like, kind of broken up a little
Yes,
bit?
please, Thorhart.
Okay.
I remembered that Keiichi's insensitive decision eventually caused a fatal ending. That was fate. Keiichi was internally thinking that he should give the doll to Mion. She was the only one who didn't get anything, so it would be natural for him to give it to her. But the hesitation he was feeling was because Mion was such a close friend to him. He'd been treating Mion as if she was a male friend, but it would be weird to give a doll to another boy. He was afraid that if he gave the doll to Mion, he would start looking at her as a girl from that point onward. He wanted to continue his friendship with Mion without thinking about their difference in gender. He didn't want to ruin the relationship they had at that moment. That's why he couldn't give the doll to Mion. Even though she was the only one without a doll, he felt so hesitant. Of course, that was only how he felt. Mion didn't agree. In actuality, she wished he would treat her more like a girl. This is the shit I was bringing up when we were playing Silent Hill F. And then that was confirmed. Yes. Anyway. I walked closer to Keiichi so I could talk to him. If Mion heard me telling Keiichi to give her the doll, she would resist taking it. I had to make sure that no one but Keiichi could hear me. I also had to make this very quick. I poked Keiichi in the back. Huh? Keiichi, the person who really wants that doll is the one who's bullying you the most about it. I was going to say that, but Keiichi opened his mouth first, even before I could say anything to him. I know. I hadn't said anything to him yet, but Keiichi told me that he knew. I felt confused, not knowing what he just meant. He turned around to face Mion, smiling mischievously. Mion, if you think I would look like a pervert with this doll, who do you think deserves to have it? Huh? I don't know. All I'm saying is that dolls aren't for boys.
I see. Then I guess you can have it. Here.
Whoa!
I'm gonna cry. Keiichi tossed the doll to Mion as if passing her a basketball. As if forcing to...
I hate its expression.
Yeah.
It looks like that fuck-ass fairy from, oh my god, what's the game?
I don't know.
Oh,
Have a good drive, JM.
Yeah.
Drive well.
As if forcing her to carry his bag or something. Mion's face quickly turned red. Feeling shy, Keiichi turned away from her. That was surprising. Galgun? I don't know if it's Galgun.
I don't know what the fuck Galgun is.
No, I don't think it's Galgun. He got my message just by getting a tap on his back. Was Keiichi always that smart? Keiichi's smart as fuck. He's a stupid bitch, but he's so smart.
Yeah.
Just one tap was all it took.
No, I'm not thinking of Cerno.
I don't think he would have done the same in a previous life. This was just a small incident, but this world is definitely different from the previous one. This cursor needs to go somewhere. Okay. Or it could be... Perhaps he wouldn't give that doll to Mion even if I didn't poke him in the back? He's remembering! He's remembering!
Does he have memories from previous worlds after all?
He
No
is
way,
the one.
he can't. He's starting to believe.
He's
It
starting
can't
to
be
believe.
happening.
I know for a fact that he doesn't have those memories, but there might be something imperceptible somewhere inside his heart. He might remember some of the regrets he felt in the previous worlds. That's why he strongly felt he should be giving the doll to Mion this time. After repeating so many lives, I'm the only one who can even notice the slight growth of his. I have to put the cursor. Chat can't see the cursor, but I have to put the cursor like right at the edge of the board, the text box, and it drives me crazy because like otherwise, if I put the cursor outside, it won't advance the dialogue, even though I'm not clicking. I'm using enter. It's weird. It's very strange. But I see it. It's clearly visible to me.
Mion, having turned red, insisted that the cute doll would be much better fit for Rena. Her attitude made it clear that she really wanted the doll, but couldn't be honest about it. This old man just thinks that cute dolls like this are
More for girly girls, you know? This doll doesn't deserve to be owned by a tomboy like me.
I love Mion. I know that you want it. You want it? It's yours, my friend. It's written all over your face.
No! It's not written on my face! You're lying! Stop being mean!
Mion shook her head with an embarrassed look, pretending she wasn't interested in the doll. Everyone here knew that she wanted it. We all looked at Mion with big smiles on our faces. Hey, it's not like I can only give this doll to a girl. Just think of it as my gift to you as a friend. Friend-zoned again.
Is that so? So you would give a doll to a boy, too?
Well, I would choose something else if I had a choice. But anyway, guys would never reject a gift unless there's something shady going on. It's just me being generous. Why would you refuse it?
Oh, so I can accept this doll, even though I'm not a girly girl?
Everyone thought Mion's reaction was hilarious. Rena couldn't stop chuckling. Satoko and I burst out laughing too. Mion, having realized she was being laughed at, got even more embarrassed. I'm offering this to you as a friend. I don't want to hear that you're not cherishing it.
Oh, okay. This old man just wants to make it clear that he's not accepting this because he wants this doll. He's taking it because you said it's a gift from you as a friend. He's taking it as a courtesy so he doesn't disrespect your generosity. Ha.
She's so trans. I say
It's true.
calling her she. Anyway, Anya was cracking up too. She was laughing in a loud voice, knowing that no one could hear her anyway. But was this really a good way to resolve the problem? I thought that Mion's issue in the previous life was that she wanted Keiichi to treat her like a girl. She got the doll, but Keiichi still wasn't treating her that way. Still, Mion looked very happy. Maybe it wasn't a big deal after all. I'm sure that Mion will take that doll with her to bed tonight. Oh, she'll kiss it goodnight, too. I could bet on that. It was written all over her face.
That's sweet.
That is sweet. She's finally accepted it. It was a challenge just for me to give her a doll. Keiichi turns around to face us, smiling bitterly.
You did it, though.
Yep, it was perfect. I'm impressed that you managed it.
Mion-san was hilarious. It was obvious the moment that you looked, she really wanted the doll.
Yeah, wait, what is the boy version of girly pop? Boily pop?
No.
Isn't that the truth?
Hey, you guys! Are you saying rude things about this old man? Knock it off already.
Don't you have to get to work? You're going to be late.
You guys better watch yourselves.
Oji-sama. That's the boy version.
People point to this scene as like, look, Mion can't be a trans boy. Look, she likes girly things. It's
You can like girly
yeah,
things as a trans guy. I'm sorry.
You're allowed to like porcelain dolls if you're trans.
Yeah, no, like... We're about to hit an ad, so I'm probably going to be talking about gender shit during the ad break, but that's fine. So, there's this, like, gender is a weird fuckery thing. Most of the reason, at least I don't like embracing girlier things, is because I don't like people perceiving me as girlier. So, Mion probably is only aversive, that's the word, right? To the doll, because she doesn't want people to perceive her as girly, but she does like it. Like, I like to paint my nails because I think it looks nice and I like doing it. It's a fun little hobby, not really a hobby, but it's a fun little activity to do where you just chill and paint your nails. I like painting my nails in my apartment alone where nobody can see me. And I don't like having my nails painted out in public all that often because I feel like people perceive me more feminine and I don't like it that much. So there's a big difference between like being aversive to gendered things because you don't want to be perceived as that gender, if that makes
100%.
sense. Yeah. Manly fizz. No.
I remember I remember when I came out as trans to my mother.
Mhm.
And she said something to the effect of, "But you like your hair long." And that made me feel pretty fucking bad for a while. Because it was like, why can't I be a man and have one?
Yeah, there are so many like cis men with long hair too, is like the
Right.
thing. And like it's weird because I feel like trans people are held to a completely like impossible like
100%.
like standard for like gender, because like if you're a trans woman you have to be 100% feminine, like
yeah, like you have to get the
perfect.
surgery, you have to get like electrolysis, you have to get facial feminization surgery. And if those are things that you want, that's amazing and you deserve them and you should get them. But
Yeah.
if you want to get them not because it would make you happy, but because you feel like you have to, you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to wear makeup. That is not a preeminence of the trans experience or the woman experience.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a trans mask person, you don't have to cut your hair. You don't have to stop wearing pink.
Mm-hmm.
Those are not things that are required. You don't even have to get rid of your boobs.
Yeah.
If you don't want to.
No,
I've done it because they hurt.
I have a trans guy friend who like hated wearing girly stuff before he transitioned. He started like going like on HRT and stuff.
Right.
And he started growing like a beard. But he wore feminine clothing way more after he transitioned because he felt more comfortable, because he liked being perceived as a man wearing women's clothing rather than a woman wearing women's clothing. And I'm like, oh my god, I get you so much. I understand
100%.
you. Because, okay, I've brought the little tangent story up a few times, but there was one time, there was like a cosplay trend going on where you cosplay as a character and you basically do like a little fashion show where you just dress in different outfits as that character. So I was Roxas from Kingdom Hearts, because of course I was. And I dressed in a bunch of like feminine outfits as Roxas. And I got a comment that was incredibly homophobic. But it said something like, if my son ever did this, I would send him to military school or something to that effect. And I wasn't even mad. I was like, oh my god, they think I'm somebody's son. And that's all I could think. I was like, oh my god, you think I am a femboy? Holy shit. Oh my god. Also, the ad's over.
Bye-bye.
So that was a good way to fill the ad break.
Another thing about the ad break,
Yeah.
if it's okay for me to talk, I just saw up there, it said, ad break is over, your community is back.
Uh-huh.
And I fucking hate that wording.
Why?
Oh my god, your community is back? Like you're taking them away from me? You are
Where are they
aware
going?
that you
Oh,
are removing my audience from me.
no.
Because you want to run your fuck-ass little ad.
Well, Saribot isn't
hate
the one
Twitch.
actually running the ads. It's Twitch. Saribot's just, saying, "Hey, people can hear you again," which I appreciate.
No, but that's not Saribot. I mean, like the green thing at the top of the screen that lets you snooze it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like that's all Twitch, baby, saying like we're giving you your stuff back now.
We're
We're
giving
letting
you.
play with your toys. So fucking condescending.
It really is. I thought you were talking about the Saribot message.
No,
Not the...
Saribot's
okay.
fine. Saribot has done nothing wrong.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Now that our gender talk has completed, let us
Oh, it
continue.
applies. Ugh.
No, I love Saribot. Leave them alone. They have killed so many robots for me. It's awesome.
That is nice.
Mion seemed like she wanted to stay longer, but after looking at her watch, she started heading to work. And now something different terrible is going to happen because chaos theory. Anyway, everyone was wearing smiles on their faces. Today was such a fun day. Everyone had lots of fun, and no one was hurt. I've repeated the same day so many times before, but this time, something was different. It's like I rolled a die and got a 6, and then I rolled it again and got a 6 again. I don't know if this was just a lucky coincidence or if it was meant to be. It's as if the god of fate is celebrating my motivation to fight against him. Oh, are we finally getting to the chapter end? Because it's been 3 hours and we should probably stop.
Let's see if we get any tisps.
Actually, this is the second chapter, I think. Kind of. We had like a prologue chapter and then a... Okay. Good times. You want to read it or you want me to read it?
I will.
Okay.
Oh, this is you actually, so.
Who is this? Rika?
Rika.
Okay, I'll do it. My voice is pretty robust right now. I was watching TV with Satoko and Hanyu after eating dinner. It was a variety show, and the performers were making the audience laugh. We were laughing too.
Look at you now! Oh, but it looks so painful. Meep. Nipa! Nipa!
You know what to do, chat. While the three of us were enjoying ourselves, in reality there was only Satoko and me in the room. I'm the only one who could see Hanyu. Satoko can't see her at all.
Nipa!
Hanyu responds every time Satoko says anything.
Nipa!
How good is my Nipa impression?
I like it.
Hello? All right.
I like it.
My doorbell needed to also Nipa. Who is ringing my doorbell right now? Hang
You
on.
good? Get out?
Real quick.
Hi, chat. There are doorbell activities happening. My butterfly. My butterfly.
It was like some random guy that was
Oh,
probably
scary.
trying to ring somebody else's doorbell. Oh, hi, Evie.
Hi, Evie. We're like gonna stop soon.
Hi, Evie. Thank you for the raid. Unfortunately, we're wrapping up soon, but thank you so much for the raid. How's Marathon so far? Was it?
Oh my god, that's right! Server
It came-
Slam!
Yep.
Oh, fuck, I gotta download that.
Alright, let's get back
Marathon's
to it.
really good! Oh, fuck! I
Ah,
was counting on
no.
it being bad, so I didn't have to play it.
Ah, no.
Fuck! Now I'm gonna have to pay money! Fuck!
No. No. I still have to save my money to get Resident Evil, which is coming out
Don't say that, Charles.
tomorrow. Ugh.
It's not that I don't want to play Marathon, it's that I, like... If it was bad, then I wouldn't have to pay for another game.
What did Bungie do to you, Opus? You don't have to get into that, but it's
I mean-
free to play for now.
The Server Slam is free to play? Oh,
Yes.
well, that's good. I did
Yes,
not know
that's
that.
what
That makes
they're
sense.
doing is they're starting it free to get all the server interruptions out of the way, and then they're going to actually like release it, and then like it won't
That
implode.
makes sense.
You played
I don't gotta
Destiny
do
2?
nothing.
What happened to in Destiny 2 that made you so upset?
I mean, the way that they've, like...
Handled it?
The way that previous management has handled that game
Mhm.
has not been good.
Yeah. They did delete a lot of story stuff.
Everything post Witch Queen. No, I like the story post Witch Queen.
I do
like
too.
the actual story.
That's around when I
and-
joined, so of firing people. Was it Bungie or I don't know. Every dev studio is doing that, so it's like, what games can you play at this point?
It's way slower than D2. I am appreciative of that. I did play the marathon like beta, but I was playing alone, and I felt like that was not the intended experience in the slightest, and I was not having a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's why they delayed like the release. Is because a lot of people were saying like, this game needs to be cooked a little bit longer. So I'm glad they actually did that.
Yeah. Anyway,
but Bungie is the studio with the CEO that was laying people off and collecting cars. What a fuck ass.
I think he's gone now.
Oh, okay.
Hit me up if you want to play. I don't know if when I'll be playing is when you'll be playing, but like you probably have my Discord. If you're free, just like honk in my chat and I will see if I'm free.
Yeah, Cal, both of you are in the Discord and you can work that out. I don't know how interested I am in it because like I liked Destiny 2, so I'm like,
You're
maybe
really
I'll
an
like
FPS
it.
person.
I really am not. I will enjoy them for a small amount of time, but don't get super into them. Meowdy, welcome in. Sorry for this tangent on Marathon, but I'm pretty excited about Marathon because it looked really good. So I want to see more about it. Maybe I'll check it out.
I'm just excited that Marathon as an IP is not dead.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I love the aesthetics of Marathon so much.
The aesthetics of Marathon and the story of Marathon is extremely fascinating. When Bungie's on their story shit, they are on their story shit.
So, okay, I need to say something, and I chat. I need you to like confirm if you like agree with me. Somebody pointed out that the fucking cinematics in the Marathon like trailers and shorts and stuff are very reminiscent of Bionicle. And now I can't stop thinking about how Bionicle is like, or not, Marathon is like Bionicle Destiny. And that's the best way I can describe it. I'm spitting. No, listen. There was like a specific aesthetic I was trying to grasp in my brain. I'm like, what is it? What is it? And then that person said that, and I was like, oh, it's Bionicle in space. Bionicle fucking rules, dude. Bionicle was great. This is the best advertisement for this game yet. You better believe. Nah, it looks great. I'd have to like check it out myself. It's just like the other problem with first-person shooters is they tend to just give me headaches, and that's kind of part of the reason I couldn't play Destiny 2 anymore. Is because it's so fucking fast and so much flashing lights and motion sickness. Anyway, anime girls. Hi everybody.
Great, we should finish this off.
Welcome. We have to finish this like scene, and then we're probably gonna wrap up.
Thanks.
Satoko can't hear her, but Hanyu still responds to her when she's in a good mood. It's like she's answering a question asked on TV. It's like Dora the Explorer.
Bye, Evie, bye.
Bye, Evie. You could even compare it to playing house. Thanks again for the raid. She started playing this game with other people because she can't communicate with anyone else but me. Hanyu always attends our club meetings and has a good time there too. If she could communicate with my other friends, she would have been a good match for us. But I don't want to hurt her feelings by thinking about that. If the story of the miracle written in the old scriptures is true, if it's really Hanyu who performed it, she's someone who had tremendous power long ago. Oh, Yashiro-sama. But now she doesn't have any spiritual power, and I'm the only one who can even see her. Hanyu has never told me how she lost her power. I just have to assume that her spiritual power diminished over time. There's a legend to the Furude family that says that Oyashiro-sama will be reborn if a girl is born to the family 7 generations in a row. With my birth, Hanyu was finally able to communicate with a human for the first time in centuries, you see. Does that mean that Oyashiro-sama has returned? The villager's image of Oyashiro-sama doesn't quite match up with that of Hanyu. Especially when I see her lying on her belly and watching TV with Satoko. I was right. I'm accepting that I was right. She's Oyashiro-sama. Fuck it. Fuck
She
it all.
is Oyashiro-sama.
Mhm.
What people think is Oyashiro-sama is not Oyashiro-sama.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, do we have any after chapter thoughts? After stream thoughts?
I mean, I could talk.
Good talk. I mean, I'm also addressing like chat. I'm trying to think of like what my own thoughts are. On the story so far. I feel like we're getting a lot of things answered. Like we are. Like
Yes.
there's a whole new character that's been here the entire time that we didn't even know about. Or we knew about recently, and I knew about. She was at the back of my mind the entire fucking time, and I was like, where the fuck is this character? And then I was making the connection that it had something to do with Rika, and then I was like, she's Oyashiro-sama. She's Oyashiro-sama. What they don't tell you is that God likes to watch SpongeBob. No, I gotta read that in the Rika voice.
What they don't tell you is that God likes to watch SpongeBob. I don't know why I said it like that.
I really need you to make that the VOD title.
God likes to watch SpongeBob.
Yes.
I guess Oyashiro-sama, I mean Sama, you put Sama at the end of something, that's automatically like, that's God.
Yeah, they're like a kami.
Yeah.
A local kami.
Yeah. God likes to watch SpongeBob. I can't get over it. It's just interesting to me that, like, so how old is Hanyu? Like, because
Good
she.
question.
She has been along for the ride since Rika's been around. Then, like, she's got to be ancient as well. At least.
You remember that spiel at the beginning of the game? At
Yeah.
the beginning of this episode?
Yeah.
About how she's been around so very long and so very lonely.
Mhm.
And then Rika was born.
So she was just like floating in the void for a bit. I got a bit sidetracked because a bird flew into the kitchen. Oh my god.
What?
What a fucking story. I want to ask if you feel like you have a good grasp on the intended direction for this chapter and like how you feel about the answers you're getting from it so far. Yeah, because Esther, you're a little bit ahead of me right now. So that's pretty interesting. Good question. I could see I was like, what did you laugh at? And then I saw it. So I have a feeling that this chapter is going to be Rika desperately trying to change fate by doing these tiny little things here and there. Like by, you know, Keiichi, following Keiichi's example of like changing the game. And then her changing the game. And then like just the small little things that she has resigned herself to, like that's just fate. She's going to try to change all these little things and see if it changes anything. Do you think, chat, if you know the answer, don't say anything. Do you think that no matter what she does, things are still going to get fucked up? Or do you think she's actually going to be able to change her fate? Leave your comments in the comments section below. Like if you already know the answer, obviously don't answer. But if you don't, like me, because I don't, I think they're not going to be able to change it because that's a really common trope. But I think they might be able to find a way to change it. You're gonna guess, yeah? Okay. That's honestly hard even for me to gauge right now. Okay. Alright, so you're not that far ahead of me. I see. Okay.
Can I be on my literary analysis shit?
Please. That's
This
what we're
is
doing
not
right
something that is explicitly said in the text, nor is it something that Ryokishi has said. This is all like interpretation and extrapolation.
Okay.
But I really like the idea of looping in this game.
Yeah.
As in like the loops that Rika takes as a metaphor for depression.
Mm-hmm. No,
Because
absolutely.
depression is obviously something that she is experiencing, but it's also something that she just kind of embodies. Because depression, or at least how it affects me and a lot of the people around me,
Mhm.
is maladaptive routine. It's
Mhm.
cyclical. You do the same shit over and over and over again that makes you feel bad, but you feel like you can't do anything else.
Yeah.
And it reinforces itself as, well, this is all I can do.
hmm And
And go on.
I was just gonna say, and then you like realize, oh, I can do something about this. And it's like,
Yes.
even if it's like really fucking small, it's like revolutionary. It's awesome.
Yes, 100%. If you can change one thing in your life, one small thing, if your room is fucking filthy and you can pick up that one piece of trash, that's a start.
That's a start. Yeah, that's honestly, yeah, I can see that like as a metaphor for depression for sure. Like that, yeah. I honestly, if that was intentional, I would believe it. It's really fucking good. I'm addicted to like time loop sort of stories.
Mm-hmm.
As we know, I've my mixed feelings is a time loop thing. That's not really a spoiler. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody played Mixed Feelings and thought I got inspiration from Higurashi. But it's just a time loop thing. Time loops are kind of like very prevalent in media now. I also love Slay the Princess, which isn't necessarily a time loop thing. It's kind of different, but it's still a loop to a degree.
Yes.
It's not a loop. It's a spiral.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Like it's lame, but also kind of hype, unfortunately.
Definitely thinking on the depression bit when Rika was talking about the hopelessness of being unable to change things. And yeah, her being like so cynical over everything, like, they picked that. Oh, well, cool. I knew that was gonna happen. Fuck this. Fuck this. It's like when, okay. It's like when you are stuck on a boss in an older game where you can't skip dialogue very well. And you're just like mashing X to get through all the dialogue to get to the boss again. That's what Rika feels like. It's very
and the
sad.
final boss is a fishing game.
The final boss is the fishing game. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Wuthering Heights. Sorry, I was just reading chat. What were you gonna say?
My final bit of information is to discuss the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Actually, never got into that. But I read like the first manga, but I never got further into that.
This is not a show I am intimately familiar with. But, and hey, spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanna go watch Haruhi right now, bye, go.
No, I don't mind spoilers, but spoilers for anybody who cares.
Haruhi has a arc in it called Endless 8.
Mm-hmm.
And Haruhi is a time loop story.
Mm-hmm.
Endless 8 is 8 episodes consecutively in a row of the exact same episode from a different camera angle.
Huh.
It is, and imagine how this was aired.
Mm-hmm.
Because back then it was like a weekly thing, maybe bi-weekly if your shit was weird. Where you'd get an episode a week. So for 8 weeks in a row, people who tuned in to watch Haruhi were getting the same 8 episodes with micro differences at a different camera angle. People hated it. But I think it is a perfect encapsulation of what it feels like to be a time looper.
Yeah.
You are going through the same shit every single fucking day. And you have to keep your eyes out for the minute differences, otherwise you'll go fucking crazy.
You heard it here,
or
folks.
you just resign yourself to it. And this is intentional. Haruhi is a time loop story. That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
It's meant to make you look through the eyes of Haruhi, who is sitting in this same endless existence.
Mm-hmm.
Unable to move on, unable to do anything, but watch this play out at different camera angles. And you're sat there agonizing for 8 weeks with
8
your show that you're
episodes.
sad about. Imagine how she feels.
That's like some Hideo Kojima like bullshit they pulled.
It
like,
is. It 100% is.
Like that. That's excessive. I can understand like an episode of doing that, but 8 episodes is insane and also
I have
awesome.
nothing but respect for it.
It's fucking awesome. I would feel like I was going insane if I was like trying to watch my show like, ooh, what's the next episode gonna be? And it's the same episode but slightly different. I'd be like, what is happening? Am I going, what's happening? I would question my sanity. By like episode 6, I'd be like, what happened?
I'm also bringing this up for a very specific reason.
Uh-huh.
And I'm bringing it up now, because more than likely, most people, including you, Spoonie, will probably forget it by the time it becomes relevant in, 3 years, if not more?
Uh-huh.
Satsu. Higurashi Satsu.
Uh-huh.
I am bringing up the Haruhi thing, and I am putting it next to Higurashi Satsu, and that's all any of you are getting.
Is that the anime?
It is the anime. It is the Higurashi anime that came out in Check's Notes 2020-ish.
The remake, quote unquote one?
Yes.
Okay.
the remake that was a lie.
Yeah. No, that seems to be a trend nowadays, is the fake remake. It's the secret
It
not
was a
remake.
surprise to me. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect the fake out. I was just happy about the idea that we'd get to see Higurashi in a modern art style and with really, really focused animation.
Mm-hmm. I'm super fucking excited because after chapter 8, I want to watch the Higurashi anime. I want to watch it so bad.
You can watch the 06 anime for sure.
That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna show that. I want to show that in the Discord once we're done with chapter 8.
Watch the 06 anime. Leave out Dice Killing Arc. It'll be easy to do because it's technically a different part of the show. But Dice Killing Arc is extremely important for us to read. It will be the only extracurricular thing that we read.
Got it. I see. All right. I'm gonna exit.
Okay.
I'm gonna save. Yeah. We got 2 chapters done. We did it. Awesome. I don't know how many chapters this one has, but I'll look it up eventually.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. Hi, Miss Lo. We're about to leave. Goodbye.
Sorry, Miss Lo.
Oh, it's okay. It's all
everybody.
good. I just need to... I'm so paranoid that somebody will raid me as I'm leaving. As I'm, leaving.
They should, let you do no raids at a certain time. You should just be able to press a button about it.
I am. That's what I just did. There is a button about it. I don't... if somebody raids me and I was thinking of wrapping up, when Evie raided, I don't mind that so much. It's when I'm on the credits and somebody raids me that I feel really bad.
I hear you. Also,
Okay.
hell yeah, Yoma.
Hell yeah. I think this was the first time I was here for a full stream instead of catching up on partial VODs. That's awesome. It's good to see you, Yoma. It's good to see everybody in here. This was a good stream.
It was. I had fun.
I had fun, and we had redeems on the whole time, and people were polite about them, and then engaged.
Normal.
And
you were all so
you
normal.
You were all so normal. I love when y'all are normal. It's so cool. It's so nice when my kindergarten class behaves. It's so good.
Unfortunately, I think we're on the wrong screen for that, Jillian Nabs.
Yeah, we don't have redeems over here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Who? Germa.
We're rating Germa?
No.
I was about to say he's streaming?
I saw Cass in chat earlier. Cass is working on making video game.
Make that video game.
Make that video game. Cass makes games. Okay. Cass is cool. I see Cass around a lot. Game dev pal. Alright, if you have to take off like I do, because I need a snack, I'm hungry. Probably heard my stomach growling a few times during the stream.
I did not.
Okay, good. Good job, Discord, blocking out that stomach growling. Follow Cass before you head out, okay? Alright. Have a good rest of your